Hello? Yo, can you hear me out there? Hey, write in the chat if you can hear me. I have a guest here. I don't see him though. Where my guest at? Damn it, man. Yo, hello. What the hell? I added you. There you go. You gotta cover your camera, Slim.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right, bet.
No doubt.
Yeah, go ahead, say something. Make sure you.
Yo, what's going on?
What up, man? B Marsh Boxing, man. We here tonight, but tonight we ain't talking boxing, man. I got two of my good homies on the line. You already know, man. Got my man Cole Lizzle in the chat. Say what up to the people.
Yo, what's good with y'all, man? I'm back. You know what I'm saying? We here. We in the building. Gonna let y'all know what it is, y'all.
No doubt. And we have a special guest, man. Talk to the people.
Hey man, what's going on, man? This Chris G-Bo, aka G-Bo. What's going on, y'all? How y'all
G-Bo.
doing?
No doubt, man. These are fellas, like I always tell you, I know these fellas in real life. You know what I'm saying? So the same stuff we talk about in real life, we gonna come chop it up live on air. You already know, man. Yes,
Yeah.
indeed, man. Hey, man. So what we chopping it up about tonight, man? Cole Lizzle, what you got in mind?
Yeah, um, I just want to talk about this real quick while this thing is still fresh. About the Lakers hanging up that in-season tournament banner.
Yeah.
It's just, man, when I saw that, I was confused, man. Like, I'm thinking like to myself, like, why are you hanging up something that doesn't really mean nothing? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And to me, it's just looking like a gimmick. They're just doing this to
Yeah.
prop up this guy. And I'm talking about in terms of LeBron, and
Mm-hmm.
just to make him look better, and all of his his fans, the meat riders, that's the new name for the LeBron James fans, the meat riders.
I
You
had
know what I
heard
mean?
that one before. I heard
So
many little something, but I ain't heard
yeah,
that one.
yeah. That's what it is. Yeah, that's a new one right there. The meat riders. So
Right.
yeah, the meat riders, they're gonna use that, as an excuse, to say whatever they got to debate, against, you know, in the GOAT debate, in the
True.
GOAT, they're gonna use that, in the GOAT debate, they're gonna say, yeah, LeBron got his fifth ring, Michael Jordan can never say that he ever done that, which is foolish.
Right.
This is why, this whole thing is just stupid, and I don't like, I just don't like it at all.
I blame Adam Silver and also LeBron.
Right.
You know, as far as you know, LeBron is. They played. They won all their games. They won like 7-0 to win that cup. But it, LeBron Adam Silver is to me a puppet, man, for these new NBA players. He's like a guy who appeases to him too much. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And like the whole time, like you said 7-0 to win the in season tournament. All right. But to win the NBA finals, you have to win what, 16 games
Yeah,
in the playoffs?
16.
You see what I'm saying? At the end of the season, after you done played the full 82, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
After you done did all that, this NC, they only played with like a good month, a
A
month and a
month,
half.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but also to Carly's point with the banner, honestly, because it's something new, that's why it's like, all right, the banner thing is whack. But I can see something like this, like
Hmm.
the Lakers putting the banner up there for the in-season tournament win. Then it says what 2013, whatever, 2013, 2004. Let's say 2013, 2023, 2024.
Hmm.
In-season tournament
In
winners.
season
And then
tournament time.
if they win it next year, you put the next year on there, the 24-25 season on it. So you keep the same banner, you just add the year on there. You know what I'm saying? Not like an NBA championship where you get a brand new banner each year.
Yeah,
You know
that's
what I'm saying?
fair. No,
So
that's fair.
I see something like that happening. You know what I'm saying? For each team and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
But they put it also amongst all the real banners.
see, and that's another thing. You got to put it on the other side of the stadium.
You gotta
Like
put
that's
that on its own side, man, by itself in the
Yeah.
corner.
You can't hang it next to the
No,
other
no, you
joints.
can't put it there. No, no, because that banner, it it doesn't have a high enough significance to it. You know,
No, it really doesn't. Because who they beat in the whole tournament.
And that's the thing. It's a fixed schedule for real, for real.
It was
Right. It is.
schedule.
Yeah.
You get seated in your group, so you have to beat out your group. It's fixed. You know what I'm
It was
saying?
fixed.
Like, come on.
It was fixed because every team that the Lakers beat, I guess except the Indiana Pacers, were below 500. I think the Phoenix Suns was
Yeah.
still below 500 at the time, but yeah, they put them, in that little group, just to set it up so that it would be easier for the Lakers to win the whole thing. And that's
Hmm.
how I see. That's how a lot of people see it. And like you said, it was fixed. And that's what make it not fun to watch. And you can't give somebody a true credit for that.
Yeah.
If they didn't play against real competition. Because
No, you good.
yeah. Because like I was saying, they was 55-74. The teams that they played had a combined record of 55-74, and that's terrible. So yeah.
Yeah, man. Now I'll look, every team had an opportunity to win this thing,
Hmm.
but the Lakers, you could tell that they was going hard for those. And actually the level of competition they played, you could see that record you said is subpar. But look what they done ever since the tournament. When they've been
Exactly.
losing.
We're like
They've
one
been
and
losing.
five. Like,
Yeah,
That's
crazy.
exactly
yeah.
where I was going to go. Exactly.
See?
They lost to the Spurs and they beat the Spurs. That's the only dub they got. I know they lost to the Thunder. I know
Hmm.
they lost to the Timberwolves. I saw that game. They lost to the Knicks. I watched that one.
Yep. That's
I
the
saw
game they
that
hung
one.
up the banner. That's the game they hung up the banner.
Yeah,
Yep.
right. Yeah, and it wasn't even close. Randall and them was styling on them and Brunson.
Yo, Brunson's hooping right now.
Yeah.
But the crazy thing is, what if the Lakers don't even make the playoffs? I mean, it's still early, but I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
that'd be wild, right? All this hoopla. Oh, they won the NCAA tournament. They don't even make the playoffs.
But I seen
That
something foul on social media, dogs, on Twitter, and I swear to God, I hope it's not true. I seen that Adam Silver is considering always having the winner of the in-season tournament automatically
automatically.
gets a 7th seed playoff berth.
Oh, see,
Oh
that's
no.
trash. That's
No,
trash.
no,
Nah,
That's
no.
trash.
man,
That ain't
That's
fair at
trash.
all,
That's
No,
not
hell
fair.
no.
that's
It ain't.
disgusting, dogs.
It is, because
Nah.
automatically, so they automatically have a playoff berth, no matter what their record is going to be. Is
Right?
that
They could
that
lose
what it
every
is?
other game after the tournament.
Every
Look, no.
And
All right, look, if they're gonna do that, this is what they should do. On All-Star weekend, instead of the All-Star game, you have a big ass tournament where every team have all these multiple courts and have every team compete for a playoff spot during All-Star weekend that one day or some shit like that. Like, you know what I'm
on
saying?
one
Like, come on
day,
now. Like, bro,
yeah.
that doesn't make sense. Because my thing is the in-season tournament is too early in the season. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
yeah.
Like it's before the trade deadline and all this
When
stuff.
plays are fresh.
Players are fresh and all this stuff. Like, nah, man. Like the play, like come March, April, it's a completely different roster, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah,
Like regardless if you got the same players on the team, it's just your players are going to be fatigued. Some players are not going to be playing. The rotations are going to be different. So it's like,
different. Yup.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, that's
man.
cool.
I'm not in favor of the playing stuff.
Right,
I
right,
don't
right,
like the
exactly.
playing because a team works. Some teams make the number 8 seed like how the Wizards did with Westbrook and Beal. There was some cut for the whole season. Then
Right, right, right.
after All-Star break, man, Westbrook started hooping.
They started
And
hooping.
yeah, and they made the playoffs. You know what
Uh-huh.
I mean? Now a team does that only to make the play-in, and some team just knocks you out. I feel
Yeah.
you earned your number 8 seed. Go
Right.
make the
Yeah,
playoffs.
yeah.
Go get swept or get knocked out in the first round or cause an
Yeah.
upset. You just earned your spot.
You're right, right, right.
Right.
Now
Right,
there's
right.
7, 8, 9, and 10 are competing for 2 spots.
Yeah, it's fucked up to give it to somebody who doesn't really deserve it, you know.
Yeah.
That's
Even a
like
number 7.
yeah, you remember like when the Warriors beat the Mavericks, right? The We
Yeah.
Believe team, or
Mhm.
whatever. Like, think about that. Like, if the Warriors would have had to compete to get that spot, you know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
but what's crazy about that though is the Warriors beat the Mavericks like the last 4 or 6, 8 times. You know what I'm saying? Previous to that, so it was all about the matchup. You know what I'm saying? They already had their number off break. So it was
True.
like, so that was the crazy thing about that. The interesting thing about that 8-1 seed,
They had their number.
they had their number already. Like I'm talking going back to last year, they already they beat them like you know what I'm saying, like the past like
Yeah.
6 games in a row. So
Yeah. Those
that's
Warriors
why this
had
is
crazy matchups, man.
yeah.
And that's Don Nelson, Nelly
Yep.
Ball.
Mm-hmm.
Nelly Ball is Nelly Ball won't win you a championship because he's a great coach. He ain't got a ring. Great coach.
Right.
It's not don't involve. It's a way. It's the kind of offense where they used to have Manu Bol shooting threes, top of the key, gang slinging that joint behind his head. Shank. You know, it's the
Yeah.
type of offense. Hey, it's small ball basically. You know what I mean? That's how they play. It's to bring the center out of the paint. You try to bring him out to open up lanes for drives and kicks. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah, but it ain't conducive to winning a championship. It ain't
Yeah,
no
because
triangle system. Yeah, I mean,
because there's no defense involved, you know.
yeah, they
Because
don't.
he
They
doesn't
defense is
emphasize defense
scoring
at
on you.
all. Because
It's
he doesn't
points.
prioritize defense at all. You know, it's all
Yeah.
about offense. You know,
Hey,
and
but his team's fun. They fun. Hey, I used to love Tim Hardaway and Mitch Richmond and Chris Mullin.
Run TMC, yeah,
Run TMC with Manu Bol, and Sarunas Marcelonis. They had a whole lot of offense.
Damn.
Yeah. And even Dallas, dogs, really and truly, man. Dallas became the Mavericks with Dirk and Philly and Nash because of Nelly Ball. Don Nelson was their coach.
yeah,
The Mavs was always some cut in the 90s.
right.
Yeah, man.
So back to the in-season tournament talk. So I got one question for you, real quick. All right. Say if next year the Boston Celtics won the in-season tournament, do you think they would hang the banner up? Boston Celtics.
Now Boston don't do that. Boston don't hang up division banners or even Eastern Conference joints. Tatum and them, they've only won one though. But they've been the mag. They don't hang up Eastern Conference Finals joints neither.
Yeah.
But neither do the Lakers. The Lakers only hang up championship banners.
Right. So the Boston Celtics, they wouldn't hang it up, at all.
I highly doubt that. I don't think the fans would even go for that, man.
Yeah, because I had to ask you as a Boston Celtics fan,
Yeah.
I had to ask you,
Fans wouldn't go for that.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, they shouldn't, Nah, they wouldn't go for that because they more blue collar,
Yeah.
They don't give a fuck. They'll voice their opinion. They'll probably break in the arena and try to take that joint down and burn that shit.
True.
You know what I mean?
Man. Nah, they wouldn't hang that one up. But the Lakers, hey man, the Lakers also have the La Media on TV every season.
Yeah.
Every season They only root for one guy, and only one man deserves to win the NBA championship.
Right.
That's how they talk on TV. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's very biased. It's always he needs help, and who's gonna need help? Who we gonna criticize? Who's the third wheel they gonna criticize? And he deserves a championship, but nobody else does, I guess. Just him.
Right.
You know?
Right.
They don't talk about Jokic in the same manner, and Jokic is the best player in the NBA to me.
Yes, he is. Yep. Yep.
What he did in that NBA Finals and playoffs, oh man, that was amazing. It was
Yeah,
fun to watch.
He did it without an all-star, you know.
Yep,
Without an all-star.
without an All-Star.
Yep.
LeBron can't fathom doing nothing without even a second guy. It's not possible.
Yeah.
Michael Jordan has 6 rings, and two of them 6 rings he won it without an All-Star.
Right.
Yeah.
Scottie Pippen and Rodman was never even an All-Star on the Chicago Bulls.
Right.
Which
Exactly.
is a crime. He should have been every year. It's just because they ain't like him. He do too much,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's who they like. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Pippen didn't make it in '98. He had the bad back. We watched The Last Dance. Pippen said, "I ain't gonna fuck up my summer." Yeah,
Right.
Yeah, I said.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah,
He wanna have the
so he
celebrate.
wasn't an All-Star that year in '91 when they beat the Lakers. Pippen wasn't an All-Star, just Mike.
Yeah.
Right. Yep.
And that's what makes sports. We go to the playground every day. You think I want to play with the best players every game? And always, nah, man. I'm trying to have a challenge, man. I'm trying. You want to test your skills.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Because like I was telling you, like when we was playing before we played the game, what I'm saying, it was before like some game that we was about to play when we was at some rec. I can't remember which one it was, probably Potomac or
yeah,
something like that. But I was telling you like, yo, man, I don't care who I play against. I just care who
right.
I play with, man.
True
You know what I'm
indeed.
saying?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
that's how it is always, especially when you have good players. It's
Yeah.
who you playing with. Because if you
Right.
have good players, you should win every game.
Right,
Yeah.
right, right. I don't care if I play against the biggest dudes. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if I play against a dude that can shoot better than me or rebound
Yeah,
better than me or whatever. I don't care. I just care about who's on my team and who's gonna
right.
help me win the game. And
Yeah,
that's the mentality that LeBron doesn't have. You
yeah. He
know,
don't.
at the
He
end of
don't.
the day, you know.
It's like he's quick to jump ship. Like, oh man, things ain't working out these couple games, so I gotta get rid of somebody.
Right.
Yeah. That's why I rate Steph Curry. I've only seen him in one jersey, and I don't think I'll ever see him in another jersey ever in his
Yeah.
career.
Mm-hmm.
It's impossible. You know,
He's staying.
he got it done. Drafted there. He went through hard times with the bad ankles. They
Yeah.
wasn't winning back when, and they persevered.
Uh-huh.
And he got 4 rings in fewer years than LeBron did.
Yeah.
Right, right.
Not to mention to change the landscape of basketball. Everybody shooting the ball now because
Yeah,
the way he shoots the ball. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. He really revolutionized the game.
Exactly. You know what
Yep.
I'm saying? Because like, don't get me wrong, LeBron's a great athlete and all that, but
Yeah,
Steph's greatness is more realistic than LeBron's greatness. You know what I'm saying? Because
hmm
if you really get in the gym and you really put the work in, you can become a great shooter as well. You know what I'm saying?
true.
You have the
Yeah,
potential to become a great shooter. You don't have the potential to be what LeBron is because you're not built like that. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody's
genetically
built like that.
right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's
hmm
like yes, what Steph did, like he like you said, he revolutionized the game for real.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, he did. That's why he's one of the for most influential players to ever play the
Yeah,
game.
for sure.
and let's talk about it, man. That man hit a game, beat my Celtics the other night, and Shaq,
Man,
prisoner of the
Yeah.
moment, he came on TV, said he might be the GOAT or something.
hey.
Well,
I I ain't gonna take that far, but
I mean,
he might be a top
it's not like
10.
he did it in the finals. It was just a regular season night on
Right,
Tuesday.
right. But
You
like,
know,
cause I had the game on. The game was on in the background. But weren't they down by like 20 at some point?
17.
17.
And Steph, I was so vexed. I was so blown that night. I was vexed because
Uh-huh.
Steph Curry had 3 fouls going into the fourth. I'm sorry, 5 fouls going into the fourth quarter, and we couldn't
Damn.
even foul him
Yeah,
out, man.
yeah,
Uh,
yep. I remember
Yeah,
that.
man, that game blew me. But Curry's a great player, but he's not in the GOAT conversation. Stop the
No,
cap,
nah,
man.
he's not in the GOAT conversation, not at all. A top 10 conversation, yeah,
Yeah, top
yeah.
10, sure.
Top 10, yeah. I put him in top 10, but not the GOAT
But
though.
would you put him GOAT point guard?
Nah,
No.
Magic,
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 Magic. That's
Magic,
Magic all
For
man,
day.
real?
Yeah,
Magic, man.
I give Steph.
Hey,
Right?
man, where you gonna show me another a point guard in NBA history, 6'9", triple double threat every night? You know,
Exactly.
Curry can shoot. Yeah, he can shoot. But hey, man, Chris, we play basketball, man. We know what's a high percentage shot, a layup or a 30-footer. Them 30-footers don't always fall. We seen he couldn't even get that shit off versus Kevin Love in that game 7. You remember? At the
Yeah.
3-point line, trying to shake him, ha. He had to force up some bullshit. LeBron and then won that title. Yo,
Mhm.
the 3-pointer, hey, he's a great shooter. Yeah, but Magic is Magic, man. They both
Yeah.
won once, but Magic came into the NBA as a champion. He's a champion.
Mm-hmm.
He's a champion, dogs.
Yeah, the thing is, he didn't even have to be a good shooter, because he basically had shooters around him. He just
Michael Curry,
basically
Byron Scott.
he just basically did what a point guard's supposed to do,
But see,
but
also
on
that's
Yeah,
but on a different level though.
and that's another thing because he came to the League of Champions because he came in. He had Kareem. You know what I'm saying? He had
yeah.
Worthy. You know what I'm saying? Like Steph ain't
Now
had
he
that
ain't
when he
have
came to the
Worthy
league.
yet. Worthy came 3 years later.
Well, Worthy
Yeah,
came 3 years
yeah,
later, but you
yeah.
know what I'm saying? He still had the all-time leading scorer up till last year. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Now look, you know, now Kareem was there, but they weren't winning. They didn't even make the playoffs the year before Magic came. You know, Kareem had a ring already in Milwaukee, and he's a
Right,
great
Mhm.
player.
right.
And he's won Finals MVPs with Magic and league MVPs. But Magic is Magic, and he made some magic happen because Kareem got 5 more with Magic. One without him, 5 more with him. You
Yeah.
know, and
Yeah, so
also Worthy's a guy they drafted. You see, when you draft a guy, or those are not like free agents. It's not
And
like jumping ship.
right, right. Yeah,
You
no,
know,
I mean
like
that.
Klay Thompson and Steph are homegrown,
And Draymond,
drafted,
you can put
yeah.
that on
and
there, but
Drymond, right?
yeah,
Yeah,
like
the
I get
core of
that.
your
Yeah, like,
team.
and that's like the Spurs too when they
Yeah,
drafted Tim Duncan,
Yeah,
Parker, and
and
Manu.
yeah.
Ginobili.
Even
Yeah,
David Robinson,
even
saying he
David
was
Yeah,
there,
Robinson.
from the beginning.
yeah,
To me, that's more respectable. I mean,
no doubt.
it was that for Michael Jordan when he was with the Bulls, but before, saying he went to the Wizards, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, so and Kobe Bryant, he was homegrown. That's
Hmm.
I like that, and Larry Bird as well.
Yeah,
That's more respectable to me. And you don't see that. You know what I'm saying, in the NBA no more, because you see team peak players hopping from team to team. You know what I'm saying, just to get a chip. And when this is the
and a
softest
lot
era,
of
you know
them
what I'm
don't
saying,
got chips,
you supposed to be able to win a chip. You know what I'm saying, in this type of era right now, you supposed to win a chip in this era.
and a
You know what
lot
I'm
of
saying,
them
as
still
soft as
don't
it
win the
is,
championship,
huh?
and a lot of them still don't win the ring, jumping from team to team.
Right, exactly,
Uh-huh.
exactly. You know what I mean? They
Yeah,
just don't put in the work that the guys that before them put in. What I'm saying, that made them successful. So they just not looking at it that way. They just looking at the money that they're giving them. They're giving them way too much
yeah.
money. That's
They
probably
get
one of the
they get a
reasons.
lot. They get a lot of money.
And
Now the
look,
owners make a lot of money too, so it
oh
might
hell, oh
even
yeah,
out.
definitely,
And
definitely.
because also the NBA is more lucrative now than ever before.
Exactly. Each
You
year, the
know?
revenue grows
Yeah,
each year, so they got more money to give these dudes each
yeah.
year. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yep.
But also,
But that takes away your hunger too, though. It
Yeah, it
takes
exactly,
does.
away
Yep.
the hunger
Yep. Yep.
over
exactly,
Yep.
compared to players back when who didn't make that kind of money and they need to play well to make a team.
exactly.
And there's
Yeah.
very
Yep.
few players nowadays that will see past that. Once they see that paycheck, they like, you know what? I'm good. You know what I mean? I'm not worried about getting cut from the team. I'm gonna just play good enough just to stay on the team. I ain't gonna
Ben
have that.
Simmons.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. He's a prime example of that.
Yep.
Prime example.
Robin League. That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
man.
it's playing for that bag.
But one thing I wanted to say though was, You talk about these teams teaming up and all that stuff. Going into the Suns, the Phoenix Suns, right?
Yeah, that's a good topic. Chop it up about the Suns, man.
Okay, so Bradley Beal, he doesn't sign it. He gets traded there. Okay, cool. But they get, you know what I'm saying? Now they get their big three and everything. I feel so bad for
Yeah.
Bradley because his first game, that game back, the second game back, whatever, he gets hurt in the first quarter because I saw that and I was like, damn, dog. I felt so bad when he tweaked his ankle. Now he's out for what, another 3 weeks or something like that. So it's
Yeah.
like it goes to show you, like, yeah, like you're saying, when you team up with other superstars, ain't nothing guaranteed. Ain't nothing
No.
guaranteed. Something can always happen because I feel
Because
like the
also
Suns
you
are
need
doing a lot.
chemistry.
Exactly, that's the thing. You know what I'm saying? You know how hard it is to get the chemistry when all your guys aren't playing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Right. But
So,
it comes down to Kevin Durant has said it out of his mouth that he's not a leader or he doesn't want to be a leader. He just wants to hoop.
right.
Now the great players, we know they leaders, man. They alphas, man. They
Right.
born leaders.
Mm-hmm.
They got to get the team on the same accord. That
Yeah.
that 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 run he had over there in Brooklyn, man, that was a massive failure, man.
It was. It
Yo,
was.
he
And
left
look,
the champions Warriors that he was with, which he could probably be there for the rest of his career if he probably wanted to.
yeah,
But deep down, his conscience, it just wouldn't. You're not Steph Curry. Steph Curry is Golden State Warriors. You ain't never gonna be loved like him.
right.
Mhm.
So he
And,
left and he tried to do his thing with Kyrie, and that was a disaster, man.
It was. It
Yeah.
Clean disaster, dogs.
Yeah.
This year's looking like the same for the Suns. Going into this NBA season, they said Celtics and Suns they favored to go to the finals.
See, yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't see the Suns doing that, Mo. I can't see it, Mo.
I don't because first of
Mm-mm.
all, they got two shooting guards. They got Bradley Beal
Yeah,
and Devin Booker. How
right.
is that supposed to work? I mean, even though they got Devin Booker running the point, that's eventually not going to work.
Right.
You're only going to win, but so many games. With him playing the one. You need a natural point guard in there. First of
Mm-hmm.
all, and even if you do get a natural point guard, you're gonna have a point guard. Bradley Beal at the two, Devin Booker at the three. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess he's better at the three than he is at the one. But that'll be a lot better than him
Yeah.
playing the one. You know what I'm saying? Because then you have KD at the four. Then I guess Nuggets at the five. But they need to balance out their lineup a little bit better than they have right now because they need somebody, a natural point guard, because that's going to take a lot of pressure off of Devin Booker and a lot of energy off of him, especially come playoff time, because you don't want him exerting that much energy, running the point
Mm-hmm.
and scoring this many buckets, and you're just going to need that point guard, just to, give him a break on offense, a little bit, just so he can flow, have a little, just so he can flow a little bit better.
True.
So
Yeah, I
the
think it's
game will
over
flow
for
a
them,
lot better
man.
with him, off the ball than on the ball. Is what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Who's their bench? Like, who they got coming off the bench? Grayson Allen. That's about it. Like,
Eric Gordon. And
and
he's
Eric
and he's
Gordon.
he made a public statement yesterday. They've lost to teams they shouldn't lose to. He said people are playing selfish. He said that yesterday. He said they playing selfish and guys are not playing defense. We're a better team than our record shows.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That
like
comes down to KD to me.
Yeah.
KD's
yeah,
only getting older every year. 16, what,
Exactly.
16th year? Yo, this shit doesn't get easier as you get older,
Right.
man.
Right.
Your
Right.
window of opportunity is closing.
Yeah.
And the last two playoffs, he's been exposed. Yo,
Sure.
he
For
has
sure.
great numbers in the regular season, dog. He's very efficient.
yeah,
29, like damn near 50, 40, 90. But in the playoffs, those ain't the same stats, y'all. Nope.
yeah,
Yo,
And,
yo.
and I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all. Unpopular opinion, but like on some real talk, a lot of people have been saying, "Oh yeah, KD's the best player in the world over the past 3 years." I have to disagree with that. I don't. I've never.
The
He's
last
never
which 3 years? Like this year, last year, and the year before?
Like, I'm just saying,
Right.
like the past few years, like you know what I'm saying. Over the past few years, people have been always saying, "Oh yeah, KD's the best player in the world."
Yeah,
I'm like,
Nah.
his game has never showed me like the greatest player in the
Yeah,
world type game. You know what
the
I'm saying?
Yeah.
Lamita has been saying that, especially on ESPN. You know,
It's like,
I mean, Stephen A. Smith has been
If
saying,
he ever had a run of being the best player in the NBA, was them 2 years on the Warriors when they won the title.
yeah.
You know?
But even that year, I felt like the game was so easier for him because he
Yeah,
was on the
absolutely.
Warriors.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
because look
saying?
at his final stats.
yeah, because
56%. It's like a layup drill and a shooting drill out there, open shooting drill. You're right about that.
So
But
it's
at
like,
that point was when he was on top of the world. He had just beat LeBron twice with a
right.
stacked team.
Uh-huh.
And that's the only time, you know, I would say he might have been considered the best player in the NBA. Maybe the year he won MVP. When was that? 20 what was that?
2017, 2018.
That's when he won MVP. No, I think it
Oh,
was
oh, oh,
before
oh, oh,
that.
oh, you mean regular season MVP? Oh,
Yeah, with the
2014.
Thunder.
2014. 2014.
2014.
Yeah, yeah.
I think Kobe was that Achilles happened, so he wasn't that dude no more. The best player in the league. Maybe LeBron, because
Right,
LeBron
right.
did beat him in the finals. LeBron, you know, I'd give it up to LeBron is a greater player than KD.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Yes.
it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know,
Oh yeah, definitely. Like if you talk about terms of basketball, LeBron definitely plays all around basketball, and
yeah.
he's definitely better than KD. Because KD, for real, honestly, I don't know if it's just me or whatever it is, but whenever I watch him, when he brings the ball up, he turns the ball over a lot.
That's
And
what happens in the playoffs. That's what
you
I'm
see what
talking
I'm
about.
saying?
Exposed.
Right.
You
It's
see
like
what
he
I'm
be
saying?
dribbling like the ball be at his chest or something. They just picking him, picking him.
Mhm.
And it's
Bad
like, bro,
Yeah,
turnovers.
he has to play
yeah,
off ball. Like
yeah.
that's how I feel like.
And
The
KD,
Celtics opened up that floodgate when they swept him 4-0.
yeah,
You
Yeah.
know,
yeah, yeah,
they really took KD and Kyrie out the whole series. That was
right.
amazing.
Yeah, and
And
KD,
then the Nuggets just did it last year. Last year in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and the thing about
Yeah.
KD is he's really talented, but he
Yeah.
doesn't have a winning impact on his team. You know, he doesn't really impact, his team, winning games, like the all-time greats do. So,
Yeah, he's not a
I mean,
clutch
he
guy.
puts up great numbers, but
Yeah.
he just doesn't, help his team win games, But because the thing about it is, if he was gonna be, in the upper echelon of the all-time great, you're not supposed to lose a 3-1 lead to the Golden State Warriors in 2016 like that. You're supposed to close that out. If you do
Yeah.
that, you win the championship. And
Well, man,
that's what really,
people don't like to talk about that game, and when they do, they always put the blame on Westbrook. I watched that game.
Right, right.
KD was doing what he does. You know, when you think about
That
it, he does the turnovers and he doesn't have the same efficient shooting that he always has any other time when I guess it ain't pressure.
yeah,
And look, he's a great ball player, but that's just the truth about it. He was lunching in that game 7.
yeah. And the
Mad
thing about
turnovers, bad shot. You know how they played in that game 7? Westbrook, it's your turn. Next, it's
right.
my turn. KD.
Mm-hmm.
Next, that's
And,
how they played. I
Uh-huh.
remember that
and
because
the
I
thing
couldn't
about
believe it. Because they was about to knock off. Because I was getting tired of people talking about the Warriors is the best team ever. They won 73 that year.
yeah. And the thing about it is that put a big stain on KD's legacy right there. Losing
Yeah,
that
it
three
did.
one lead because that was a real test right there. That was the test to show. So I'm saying
Right.
if you're really great, like a Bird or Magic or like to get to that next level. What I'm saying, like
Yeah.
that he's supposed to get to if he want to
He's a
consider
great
himself.
player for today's players, right? For
Yeah,
the current crop of his era, he's a all-time great. But
right.
a lot of players in the post Kobe era, you can't compare. Those guys are not as great as players from previous decades, 2000s decades, 90s, 80s, 70s.
Right. Yeah.
There's
Exactly.
nobody. They say LeBron. They try to say is number 1 or number 2. I don't know if people even really believe that, because how did he even pass Kobe and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and these people?
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's
That's what I'm
wild.
saying.
That's
You
wild.
know,
I could go look up how many 3-pointers he has. I'm sure he has thousands of 3-pointers. Kareem only hit one 3-pointer in his whole career. And I
exactly.
ain't taking nothing away from LeBron as far as his scoring record, but you gotta put things in context. Kareem hit his with twos and free throws.
Right.
And in a shorter time period.
Yeah, in a shorter time period.
And
Yeah, LeBron's been playing since he was 18. So it's like,
Yeah. Jordan came to the NBA as a grown man after 3 years in
right.
college
Exactly.
and got his done in 15 years, way more shorter time than
oh yeah,
LeBron.
yep. You come up
But
this,
LeBron is a guy. Look, it's when he himself calls himself the greatest. I don't like that.
Yeah.
I'm not
right.
with that because I only guy I've ever seen talk about he should be the greatest or is Will Chamberlain. When Mike is the greatest or Mike would get that praise, he'd always talk about himself. But that's the kind of guy he was. And he
Yeah,
could talk he could he could Will Chamberlain is different from anybody in the NBA history, you know what I'm saying? He could make that claim. I don't think he is. But
no,
LeBron James for sure is not, man.
no. Talk about that right there make me the greatest player of all time. I mean,
Yeah.
like
Yeah, I
no,
ain't.
man. I mean, because
How that
LeBron
made
James
you
is
the
not
greatest player when I seen JJ Barea and Jason Terry give you work? I seen
right,
Jason Terry talk shit to you
right.
and bust that three in game 6 all in your face. And they won that
Yeah,
championship on
yeah.
LeBron's watch.
You think
And Dirk was the only all-star versus 3.
You think Michael Jordan would let that happen if he was playing if he was playing for the Heat instead of LeBron?
Man,
Hell no.
he would have ate
Hell
Jason Terry
no.
for lunch. He would have ate him for lunch.
I mean, come on now. You think Kobe Bryant? Hell no. Hey, Kobe would have
Nah,
ate his ass up. I mean,
not at
come on
all.
now. This is crazy, huh?
And he has gimmicks, like he has a fake imaginary crown LeBron puts on his head.
Oh
Like,
yeah, that's just stupid. That's just
like
and all
Michael
the
Jordan, when they ask him if he's the greatest, he says it's not fair to say that. I never played against Will Chamberlain. I never
right.
played against Jerry West or Oscar Robertson. Because those were the guys they were calling the greatest players of all time before Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, Michael Jordan, Hakeem. You know what I mean? All these players who we've seen in our lifetime. You know what I mean? It was guys like Jerry West, and Jerry West is a bad MF. People,
Yeah.
people be lunching talking about why he's the logo. Are you serious? You know who that man is. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean,
Even
Yeah.
Jerry
like what
West is a
9 or 10
competitor
finals?
and a killer.
Yeah.
And he's a white dude whose defense, them fellas' defense is one of the greatest defenders for a guard ever at any position.
Yeah.
He gets his steals and he gets his blocks and he got good man-to-man defense. And he'll
Mhm.
drop 60 on your ass.
Exactly. Yep. Yeah, he was a killer. And a lot of people, they don't know that, just because
Right.
either they wasn't born soon enough or they just don't want to go back and look at their history. They don't want
Yeah,
to.
they think
Because the
NBA
history of the
started
game is
when they
important. The ones who
said what?
paved the way is important. The history of the game is important.
Yeah,
Those who paved the way for those who are playing right now, and,
right.
and you got to go back and look at them, and so that you can know,
There's
what you're
always
talking about as
somebody who
far as
paves the way for somebody.
right.
Always. Like I'm watching right now my Thunder versus Lakers and Shea Gilchrist Alexander. He's a Canadian.
Mhm.
You when you think of Canadian players, you gotta give it up to Steve Nash. He paved
Yeah.
the way for these
Yeah,
guys.
yeah, he
Yeah.
did.
You
Yeah,
know? And now there's an influx of Canadian
There's a
players,
whole
and I ain't
buzz
never
up.
trusted Canadian players, right?
I
But
didn't even
fellas
notice
like
that.
Jamal Murray, they making me a believer.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Jamal
Jamal
Murray.
Murray is like that.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah, he should have been up. Yeah, he need to be an all-star for real, man. I
Right.
hope so. I hope so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's been balling.
There's
Yeah.
a lot of great players, even in today's NBA, besides LeBron James and Kevin Durant. There's and even look, the best players in the NBA are mostly foreign players, as far as like the best, like Giannis
Yeah.
and Jokic and Luka Doncic.
Hmm.
I
Shit,
would put
Embiid.
Embiid in that category, but he's Embiid is
I ain't gonna lie.
oh
I ain't gonna lie.
Talk to him, Chris. Talk to the people, dogs.
I ain't gonna lie, man. Embiid, that's the thing. Like everybody be talking about, oh MVP. For a big man, you need to play in the paint, man. Like at least
Yeah.
he plays outside the 3-point line too much for me. You know what I'm saying?
The
It's like
man be out there
I don't.
shooting threes, saw 7'2", damn near 300 pounds.
You see what I'm saying? I don't understand that. It's no reason you should be going out here. You should be getting 12 boards a game with your 30
Yeah.
points. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, it's no
Mhm.
need, no reason you going out here getting 3, 4, 5 rebounds, bro. Like, I don't. I can't stand that. But I mean, don't get me wrong. Now he's hooping this year. He's dropping 50 points and all this and
Well,
that.
he
But
hooped last year too, and
he
the year
hooped last
before.
year too. But it's
And the
like,
year before.
I mean, all right, cool. You're hooping. Now what? Are you making to the finals? Yeah, you had James Harden last year.
He comes up small in the biggest games in the playoffs, and
You hear what I'm
we all
saying?
know that's what we watch basketball for.
That's what I'm saying,
Well,
Yeah,
bro.
because
that's what we watch basketball for. We've watched a lot of moments in NBA history, and he has none. He's always on the moments where he ends up crying.
Yeah.
because he never made it to a conference finals before.
Never.
So that's the
And
first.
he's a guy in game 7. He's gonna come up. He's gonna go 5 for 24, and he might go 0 for 6 or 1 for 6 from 3-point land. That's what he's gonna give you, man.
Exactly.
Until he can show me different. That's what I know him as. Like James Harden. James Harden, I'll never, ever in my life believe in him until he shows me something different.
Yeah.
Until it shows.
That's it. I don't
They
hate
wanna
him. You are who you are, but I don't believe in you.
Cause James Harden, he plays that rec league ball. Like, yeah, you can score, but you can't win. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't believe in you to win the games, dog.
And he'll be very passive in the big games and not take shots.
Exactly.
You know? And when he does, he can go 0 for 11 in a big game on some John Stark shit from 3 land. I've seen him do it. I seen him do it that year against the Spurs. Remember? Yeah. And the Spurs had no Tim Duncan and Tony Parker. It was just Kawhi and Ginobili, and they beat him. They beat him easily.
They're supposed to win that, yeah.
Yeah. So James Harden is who he is. There's only few guys in NBA history and even in seasons. Like in this era of NBA basketball players, like let's say the LeBron era, because Kobe was the last killer I've seen.
Yeah.
There's like who would you say is the most clutch player in the NBA? Like that dude, like a Paul Pierce and Kobe style.
Honestly,
it ain't Curry.
Game,
it ain't
I'm giving
KD.
my money to Curry.
Hmm?
I would put my money on Curry today's game. That's it. That's the only person I can see.
Yeah, Curry comes up short a lot in crunch time, dogs. He do. I'm a big Curry fan. I've been watching him since Davidson. You know my game. You know how I play, man. I like to bust that 3 too from 3-point land. That's why I'm a fan of his. But I've seen him come up short with them 3-point shots, man. Crunch time, He has 4 rings. He could have had 5. Remember when Clay tore his joint up?
Yeah.
Tore against the Raptors?
Yeah.
He missed that 3 at the end. A wide open joint. Clay is more clutch than Steph Curry in his NBA career. He is.
And I go, yeah. And I go like Clay is definitely my favorite player right now in the league. And he gets
Clay's a stand-up dude, man.
Yeah.
He's a stand-up dude.
Yeah, he is.
A lot of people be hating on him and stuff, but it's like it's hard to bounce back from the injury he got.
Exactly. That gave me so much respect.
You know what I'm
saying?
saying? Because also like his game, he wasn't just a sniper from the 3-point line. He was also a slasher. He's also a defensive player too. It's like, bro, it's like your movement is limited. You know what I'm saying now? Because you're not going to bounce back the same way with the injury he came back.
He still averaged 20 last year.
Exactly.
Right.
Hey. Against Boston, he had like 6 threes. He had like 24 against Boston.
Ideally, you would think he's washed up.
Yeah,
ACL and Achilles back to back. You ain't supposed to come back.
Yeah, he even averaged like 27 points the last 3 games, huh?
He's been
and they was talking
lately.
about Clay like he's washed up, and he needs to get traded, or he needs to just move on. I'm thinking to myself, nah, man. All he needs to do is just shoot the ball. You know what I mean? He's a great shooter. You know what I'm saying? And he, I mean, even though he's not moving, you know what I'm saying, the same, it still doesn't matter. He can still help your team win. You know what I'm saying? Because he
Exactly.
can
He can
still
still help
be
you.
Yeah.
effective. You
I,
just
I
gotta
hope to never see him in
and think,
another jersey. I hope
and
he
the
stay
thing
here for life.
and think about they're saying this because really the whole time the Golden State Warriors they're a small team right now. You know, a
That's
lot
why
of
they
focus
suck.
has been
That's why
put
they
on
losing.
exactly.
Yeah.
They need some.
They
They
last
need
in
some big men.
rebounds. They last in many stats.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they really shouldn't have gave up James Wiseman for real, man. Because they need that
Nah,
man.
dogs, he sucks, man.
You think so?
Yeah,
I mean,
what
I
does
would
he?
use him just
He
a
can't
minute.
even help the Pistons.
No, no,
Pistons lost like 24 in a row.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
That
saying
guy's
just for
who
the
he
minute.
is. He's a bust. He's a bust.
Oh, he is.
Nah,
Oh,
He
he's a
didn't really
bust,
play
dogs.
college either.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. I was just
Yeah,
saying
man,
just
he didn't
because.
get that experience in college. He got kicked out or something, right?
Yeah.
In
Oh, so,
Memphis
oh,
for Penny Hardaway.
oh,
Penny paid like his folks or something like
oh. So the
Penny
Warriors
gave
did.
him some phone posits and some air pennies.
Oh,
that.
so the Warriors did the right thing by letting them go.
Yeah. Festus,
Oh,
not
okay.
Festus Azili. What's the guy?
Oh,
Looney?
okay,
Looney.
Looney is
okay.
that dude.
Yeah, this is
Looney's that
oh,
dude.
okay.
He'll get you
Yeah, because
20
I was thinking,
rebounds.
because I was thinking, okay, so they can find another big man, but it's just that
Yeah.
they don't need him.
Yeah,
Okay,
Wiseman has not
got
shown anything,
got you,
man.
got you, got you, got you,
Injuries.
got you.
He didn't get much experience in college. It's a grown man's game, man. You ain't just gonna be another man come to the NBA and think, you got to earn your keep.
Yeah.
And he hasn't shown nothing. So
No, he hasn't.
he is who he is. Like everybody. I'm watching the game right now. Cam Reddish. Cam Reddish is a guy on the Lakers. I used to hear about Cam Reddish, on Twitter, them kind of like Ball is Life and these kind of accounts. They show high school fellas who are hooping in high school.
Yeah.
Who gonna be, and I've been seeing him, but he went to play in Duke with RJ Barrett and Zion.
Yeah.
He should have gone somewhere else to be your own player.
So you can spree, exactly. So you can blossom
Right.
and be out there.
Yeah, he was a high draft pick, not like number 3 overall, but he's just a role player now.
Yeah.
That's it. He's not a RJ Barrett or,
Shoot, RJ Barrett, I thought he would be better than what he is for right now.
Yeah.
He's decent. He is who he is. 19 a game.
He put 19 a game?
Yeah, he's been doing that like 3 seasons in a row.
Damn, because it's like the games I watch.
The games you watch, I'm sure he comes up short. I've seen many games. Not him alone. Randall too. Shit, Randall's be out there lunching sometimes.
Randall, he has his little pockets where he struggles. You know what I'm saying? His moments where he struggles.
Yeah.
He get hot real quick.
Yeah, but Brunson is that dude. He is their best player.
He had
Jalen Brunson.
Like 9 threes on the Suns.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Hey, hold up right quick, man. Y'all could chop it up. Let me try to see if I could get somebody else a link.
All right.
Yeah, hold tight.
Yeah, man.
So it's like,
so I was wondering, what year was RJ Barrett drafted? Yeah, go check. Yeah, look that up for me real quick, because I want to see who the Knicks are, because
he was drafted in 2019.
And what place was he drafted?
He's the third pick.
Third pick.
Yeah.
Okay. Who else was in that draft?
Let me see who else was in this draft.
Y'all there?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
All right, who else was in this draft?
Yeah. He looking up who else was in the draft with RJ Barrett.
So Zion with 1, Ja Morant 2, Andre Barrett 3, DeAndre Hunter 4, Lakers, Darius Garland 5, Jarrett Culver went to the Suns. You got Kobe White, Jackson Hayes, Rui Hachimura, Cam Reddish, Cameron Johnson, PJ Washington, Tyler Hero,
Yeah,
Romeo
he's nice.
Langford, Sekou Damu Bayu. I'm sorry, brother's name. Chuma Okiaki. I'm sorry about that name too. Imagine. Nikia Alexander Walker.
Yeah, from Canada.
Yeah. Then you got Goga. It's a dog. It's these Europeans, bro. Like, these overseas players. Goga Bita Zide. I don't know, man. He was to the Pacers. Then you got Luka Samick, Dynamic, whatever. Then you got Matisse Thybulle, Brandon Clark, Grant Williams, Darius Baisley, Ty Jerome. Damn, is he still in the league? I don't even think. Nasir Little, Dylan Windler, Jordan Poole was in that draft. Kendall Johnson, Keldon Johnson. I mean, Kevin Porter Jr. That's the first round.
The first round.
Yeah, the 2019 draft.
Okay.
Yeah, there's some good players in there. Some players like Tyler Hero. He's
Tyler
much
Hero
better the way
and
he was
Darius
drafted.
Garland. And Darius Garland.
Garland.
Yeah, the Knicks. The Knicks had picked one of them. Maybe they'd have been better off
because Darius Garland went 5th and R.J. Barrett went 3rd.
So. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. They are better than R.J. Barrett. They are.
Who?
I would say Darius Garland and Tyler Hero are better than R.J. Barrett.
Yeah. I'd give it up to them.
So if the Knicks had picked them, one of them, then hey, because they would have been better off right now. But because I know they couldn't pick Giles Zion because they had the.
Yeah, but I'm just happy they got they point guard.
Yeah,
they got that point guard they needed. Brunson.
Yeah,
and his dad works for the Knicks too.
Yeah,
I remember him as a player. He played for the Knicks.
Yeah, Rick Brunson.
He played college. He played college with Eddie Jones in them at Temple. And it was Eddie Jones, Rick Brunson, and Aaron McKee.
Okay.
Yeah.
They played for what? Don Chaney.
Don Chaney, up Temple House. Yeah,
I wanted to play
Atlantic 10.
That's the crazy thing. I wanted to play for Temple because me and Coley, our cousin Marvin Webster Jr. He played there. Rest in peace, Marvin Webster. Both Marvin Webster Jr. But he played there. Yeah. So I always wanted to go to Temple. I was like, I'm about to go there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Relive the family legacy and all that because right there in Philly. You know what I'm saying?
North Philly, yep.
Yeah.
They used to always go to the NCAA tournament.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Sure.
And I used to live in Boston, so I used to watch them a lot because they used to play UMass.
Yeah.
And I used to be a big UMass fan back when. You know what I mean? Marcus Camby and them.
Yeah. That's when Calipari was coaching, right?
Yep, he was. Yeah. Yep, UMass. Yep.
Damn.
Those was days when college basketball was great.
Yeah. Iverson, Ray Allen.
Yep.
Ray Allen, UConn. Kerry Kittles, Villanova.
Kerry Kittles, yeah.
Yeah, there's even players, back in college that you don't hear about, in their NBA career, like Ed O'Bannon, back in.
Oh, yeah, Ed O'Bannon, UCLA.
He's UCLA. And Lawrence Moulton. I mean, you don't hear much. You didn't hear much.
Oh man, Lawrence Moulton from DC.
Yeah, exactly.
I remember him. I ain't heard that name in years.
Yeah, I met him too. I met him in MC before. Yeah. They was playing like some kind of tournament game for some kind of team. The Maryland Night Owls or something like that.
Yeah, that was the.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's the ABA team.
Yeah. I saw him. I saw one of those games now. So I dapped him up after the game.
Yeah, cool. He's Syracuse all-time leading scorer.
Oh damn!
Oh shit!
Yeah. Lawrence, he went to the NBA, but he ain't stayed long.
Yeah. He ain't stayed that long.
We went to see him play because he went to Vancouver.
So, Grizzlies, right?
Yeah, they came to play the Bullets one time. So we went.
Yeah, that's what's up. Where at the Capitol Center?
Yeah.
Landover.
Yep.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah. Damn.
Yeah.
Man.
Those were the best days. College hoops had some killers, man.
Yeah.
I remember watching Glenn Robinson in college at Purdue. He was a bad
Purdue,
man.
yeah, he was.
Led the nation in scoring.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
I ain't gonna lie, Jerry Stackhouse was a beast back
I
in
remember
college.
Jerry Stackhouse.
Ooh, I remember Stackhouse well. I thought he was going to be the next Jordan. You couldn't tell me nothing,
I
man.
thought too, yo. He was killing back in North
He's
Carolina.
killing, man. Coming out of UNC, he was wearing Jordans at UNC. You know?
He wasn't just dunking. He wasn't just dunking. He was hitting 15-footers, hitting threes.
Yeah.
He had an all-around game. He had an all-around offensive game for real.
But like Stack said, it makes a lot of sense. In college, he played like small forward and power forward.
Yeah.
When he came to the NBA, he's a two guard. That's a whole different position. You're doing different things.
Yeah, for sure.
You know?
Yeah, because in college you're playing against smaller players, you know. In the NBA, you're playing against giants, basically. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And if you ain't a guy used to moving around without the rock and using screens and backdoor, you know, it's a whole different perspective from coming from a power forward or small forward.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah,
man. I remember Fab Five with when they played the Tar Heels in the championship game.
Oh yeah. That was the most controversial game ever.
Hey man, you know that game. I think that game is just the epitome of who Chris Webber was as a player, even in the NBA. You know, when Chris Webber did that timeout, don't you know he even traveled before he called that timeout?
He did
travel.
Yeah.
You know, I think for the rest of his career, dogs, that shit had him shook. He ain't never come through in big moments. As a matter of fact, in big moments, he don't even want to shoot the rock. You know what I mean? We watched them Kings teams. He wasn't the clutch player. It was Mike Bibby taking the big shots.
Right.
You know what I mean? Chris Webber is a guy. His career disappointed me a little bit, man. He ain't never even played in an NBA Finals. I mean,
I'm
kind of. Chris Webber could have probably been one of the greatest power forwards of all time.
Yeah, that's what they was building him up to be, you know, before he came to the league.
I wish the Bullets ain't never trade him, man.
Yeah, because he was looking a little bit better with the Bullets than he did with the Kings. I think he would have been better with.
I think the Kings was when he was at his best ever.
No, he was at his best level, but I'm saying, you know, he could have been better with the Bullets. If
I wish,
like you said, you know what I'm saying?
If they gave him time, maybe he would have matured into what he was doing with the Kings. But you also need personnel. You need personnel. And that Kings team started rolling because of J-Dub. I think I gotta give it up to J-Dub.
Yes, sir.
Because he's running the show.
Yeah, they had chemistry like shit because of their passing.
Passing. And then Divox is also a guy who plays. You know, he's a great passer. You know, one of the best passing centers I've ever seen.
And then Chris Webber got some of that good passing in him too. You know
he was a great passer. He was probably the best passer forward or power forward in the NBA that time.
Right. And that's the thing. Yeah, like that Kings team, like when they had Jason Williams on the team, that was my favorite team in the league at the time. Like I remember,
there was the most fun team to watch.
Exactly. Like in TNT, they used to always get like the late night game. I used to always watch, like, but they could never get over that hump with the Lakers. You know what I'm saying? Like they always be like the 8th seed or whatever. You know what I'm saying? They could just never get past the Lakers.
Right.
They got cheated too in 02 though, man. 02 dogs. The NBA, the referees cheated for the Lakers in that game 7. Remember that game 7? That NBA Finals was supposed to be Lakers. The Nets versus the Kings, and the Kings would have swept them.
Yeah,
you know that would have been C. Webb's championship right there.
Right.
But they got cheated, man. The referees made the Lakers go on the road. Game 7 was in Sacramento. They shot like 50 something, damn near 60 free throws. It was crazy, man. But I ain't gonna lie, you know. Guys on the Kings came up short too. Stojakovic had that air ball wide open in game 7. I was like, oh no. He shook, man. He's done. Yeah, man. They should have finals though, man. The Kings had a damn good team,
Yeah,
man.
but
But
the Kings, they really should have won that game 4 though. That shouldn't have happened. That last shot by
yeah,
Robert Horry, that shouldn't have happened. You know that
Yeah.
because for real, they shouldn't have let it get to
Yeah.
that point for real in the first place because they had control of the game
right.
towards the end of
They didn't
the
let him come
game in the
back.
fourth quarter. So
Hmm.
it's just that they had a lot of letdowns. You know what I'm saying, leading up to that point, and they gave the Lakers a chance to get back in the game, and that's how they
At
won that.
that point, now it always comes down to your best player, and that's Chris
Yeah,
Webber.
because the Kings.
He never took him to the next level.
Right.
Because they should have been up by at least 2 possessions, you know what I'm saying? At least.
Yeah, that's the same series where they lost in Game 7, right?
Yeah,
Was
yeah,
it?
yeah.
Where
02.
D-Box
Oh,
tipped it out to
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
02.
0-2.
Yep,
Right.
yep, yep.
If they won that game, they would have won that series, man.
Yeah,
Exactly.
they
That
would
was
went up.
it.
They would have been up 3-1. They would
They
have
would
been
have
up
done
3 to
them in
1,
5 or 6.
and they would have finished it at 5-6. Yep. Because I don't see the Lakers coming back. You know what I'm saying, from a 3-1 deficit in that series
Yeah,
at all. You know. Because when they let the Lakers tie it up 2-2, that opened the door for the Lakers to get back in it for real, for real. And
right.
once it's 2-2, you know what I'm saying, it's 0-0 at that point, you know. And it's
That's
anybody's ball
crucial,
game.
man. That was a crucial game.
It was, you know. It really was.
D-Box should have never done that.
No, he shouldn't have. He should have. I don't know what he should have done anything other than
Anything
that,
but that.
but that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because even if he would have just, I don't know if he
Robert
could
Horry
have
just
grabbed
stepped
it.
in, feet
I
set,
don't know if
bang.
I don't know if he could have grabbed it, but he should have just probably batted it down or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
But so
You
that
can't
they
just
wouldn't
bat it
have a
right
chance
to
to
him,
get the
man.
ball and get a shot off.
Yeah, I remember watching that live too. That killed me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Oh man.
The Kings, man, they had their chances. The Kings are back these days. You know, De'Aaron Fox, a bad dude. He's vicious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a
Yeah.
lot of good NBA players out here that the media don't talk about.
Right. Right.
They won't tell you that this guy, De'Aaron Fox, is probably the most clutch player in the NBA these days.
He's average. Yeah, he's leading the league in scoring in the fourth quarter, ain't he?
In the fourth quarter, hit a game winner right inside the maybe it was even behind the half court line.
Mm.
And the way he shot that, it was like he knew it on some Steph Curry shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like De'Aaron Fox.
Yeah, and the Lakers could have had him, man. They took Lonzo Ball
Absolutely.
over him in the draft.
Yeah, and I watched them in the tournament. That spring, I saw De'Aaron Fox fry Alonzo Ball. Kentucky versus UCLA. I seen him prime.
Yeah, I saw that shit, man. I was watching that shit. You know, the Lakers stupid for passing up on him for long.
Yeah, they picked him because he's from LA. That was a Magic Johnson thing.
Right. Yeah, because he wanted them to
they
go.
Messed up. They could have got Tatum.
Yeah.
Could have got Tatum.
Yeah. The Sixers could have had Tatum too.
I don't think Tatum's the best player in the NBA, but I think he's a bad MF.
He could do everything.
I think Tatum, for a young dude, Tatum is a guy who can become the best player in the NBA and have a chokehold in the NBA for years.
Yeah.
I'll tell you like this.
Absolutely.
Tatum could do everything KD could do, you know. Everything.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's a two-way player too. That's what mostly impresses me.
But he can handle the ball better than KD. That's what I feel like. Tatum can handle the ball better than KD.
Yeah.
Oh, no question. No question.
He can handle the
Tatum got God-like handles.
Yeah,
and the spin move.
Because Tatum, he could play 1 through 4 for real.
Right.
He really could.
Yep.
And
I mean, he does bring it down a lot. He brings it up the floor a lot.
He does.
Especially crunch time in the fourth quarter. Drew Holiday will give it up to him. Tatum make plays for everybody or yourself.
Yeah, Tatum. He's a great all-around offensive player. He can shoot. He can pass. He can handle the rock. He's athletic too. He's athletic too. You know what I'm saying?
His problem to me has been in the big games. We've seen him in the big games, many of big games. It's the turnovers.
That's
one. Turning that rock over.
Yeah.
And it's not just Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown do too.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's because they're young guys, Maybe they'll get better at it, but until if they do, they could win a championship. They
Yeah,
should.
yeah. They
Yeah.
turned the ball over a lot against the Heat
Yeah.
last year in the
It's
playoffs.
about the Warriors in that finals, man. God
Yeah,
damn, the halftime they got 16 turnovers. You
Hey,
know, they tried to go for 32 for the whole game. Dang. Yeah, them turnovers are killers, man. But hopefully they'll get their opportunity. You
but let
know,
me ask you this: do you think Tatum will soon be an MVP soon?
he could have been MVP the last 2 seasons.
Hmm.
Let me not say last two. Well, not the year they went to the finals because they started off very bad and then they
Yeah.
went crazy. They went
yeah,
crazy in the new year.
Yeah.
January, February, March, and they rode that wave all the way to the finals. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
They started about in January by New Year's Day. They was like one game over 500, and
Mm.
they just went on a roll. Now last year remember they were number one for the longest. He was a top candidate for MVP. Then they started to
Right.
fall off, and he could become MVP one day. He could do it
Yeah.
this year too.
Yeah.
He could.
It's-
Nah. Sorry, nah. This year's not an
You
MVP.
said not this year.
Everybody's stats are down. Everybody's stats are down. His, Jalen Brown, even Porzingis, even Drew Holiday. Because now it's championship time. It's not
Uh,
about stats.
yeah. Because
Now we try to get this chip.
yeah,
yeah.
because they're not going to get as many points. You know what I'm saying? But
You're gonna have
especially
to
by bringing
sacrifice.
especially by
Yeah.
bringing in Porzingis and Drew Holiday because they can score the ball too. You know, and that's going to take away from
Mm-hmm.
your shot attempts.
Because he's averaging
So
Yeah.
27 and 8. 27, 8, and 4.
Yeah. He was
Shooting.
averaging 30 last year.
Yeah.
And Brown now was averaging 26. He's averaging probably 21, 22 now,
Yeah.
which is fine. They all going to be all-stars, all three of them. Porzingis,
Yeah.
Tatum, and Brown. A lot of people, Celtics fans on Twitter, talking about Derek White should be an all-star. We'll see.
Hey, he's been balling though, because I've been
Oh,
looking
he's
at that.
vicious.
He'll come up with 25, 30 points. I'm like, damn.
30, yeah.
yeah, he was cooking against the Warriors that day. You know,
Yeah.
he job brought him back into the game. You know, because
Him and Brown were frying.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it was,
His
because
defense is his best
peripheral.
part of his game
Because
because
peripheral, when he was hitting those threes, you know what I'm saying, at the end, like in the fourth quarter, I actually thought the Celtics were going to win the game, you know, because he was looking like
right.
he was going to, you know what I'm saying, to get him that W. But, you know,
Yeah, Tatum ain't do nothing. He had sprained his ankle, but he had his
Right.
worst game of the season
yeah,
in that game. And
yeah,
he got to get over that, man. When you play the Warriors, you got to fry them. Them fellas took a championship away from you.
Yeah.
I wasn't even mad at the Warriors when they won that joint, man. I was so blown at the Celtics. We was up 2-1 on them.
Yeah.
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 Experience won that joint for the Warriors. It's quite
Uh-huh.
obvious. You know,
Yeah,
it's quite obvious. And what disturbed me the most was the year before that, they didn't even make the playoffs. How the fuck you just going to not make the playoffs next year with a championship? That's that's the new type of NBA we in. You know? Who else did that? Didn't the Lakers do that in the bubble? Yes, they did. They
yeah,
did. The year
yeah.
before that with LeBron, they didn't make the playoffs.
Damn.
No.
Then the bubble, and the bubble obviously gave them a lot of time to be healthy, and you know what I mean. They was
Right.
out the game for 4 months.
Yeah.
And that's why I have to give him an asterisk for that championship, you know,
Yeah.
because
They
who's to
played in
say
front
that?
of no fans.
Yeah, because who's to say that if they didn't suspend the season, that the Lakers would have still won the championship,
Right.
and much less played in a bubble. You know,
And much less Anthony Davis being healthy.
Exactly.
yeah,
He had nice,
We
good
t-
4 months to chill, get
yeah,
healthy.
and they
yeah, even
they
LeBron.
still
LeBron is more be missing more games than AD ever
if
since he came to the Lakers.
it was a normal season like any other season, like a normal
Yeah,
82 game season, then the Lakers would not have won the championship. I have to give them an asterisk on that one.
I give him an asterisk too.
I'll give them
Mickey
an
Mouse
asterisk.
bubble ring.
Yep, that ring that's the most. That's the least. Yeah,
You
that
know
ring doesn't
why?
mean
You
anything.
watched that NBA Finals. I seen Rajon Rondo look like Steph Curry. hitting all kind of threes. That to me just means it's open gym. You know, you just in the gym. You just, I mean, there's no crowd. Rondo
yeah,
don't be doing that.
and that's what
And
Tatum
this is an old Rondo, way out of his
exactly,
prime. Not
exactly.
Celtics Rondo. I mean,
Right.
Yeah, that's Oak Hill Rondo.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, in the bubble, right? He
In the
said he's
bubble,
doing that in the
man,
bubble, right?
Rondo was like their third or fourth best player, man, behind LeBron, AD,
Yeah, he was hooping.
Contavious Caldwell Pope, or Kuzma. But
Yeah,
dude was coming off the bench and just frying
Yeah,
with the 3-point shot.
and they still have a lot of Hall of Famers on that team too.
And they still went 6 games with that bum ass Heat team that didn't even have Adebayo and Gorgon Dragic.
And the thing about it is, in the
They went
bubble,
6 games. That should have been a sweep.
and
It should have been a sweep.
the thing about it, I look at it like this. The thing about it, in the bubble, like playing in a gym like that, you know what I'm saying, with fake with fans, you know what I'm saying, and shit, you know what I'm saying, and
Yeah.
everything. But I feel like it's easier to play.
Oh yeah.
It's a lot easier to play. It's a lot easier to make shots. It's a lot easier to
Yeah.
do what you want to do out there. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't have the real crowd out there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Distracting you or whatnot.
That's why like
So
TJ Warren was going for like 50.
yeah, so that's why, you know what I'm saying.
You
I
said
think the
what?
Lakers took advantage of that. You know, if they was playing in their real arenas like they
Mm-hmm.
normally do, the Lakers would not have won the championship. You know, because they took advantage of an easy environment.
And
That's
you
what
know
they
what?
did. You
You
know,
know that the
and
Lakers was the only team in COVID. Teams wasn't allowed to practice even before they went to the bubble. But LeBron was holding practices. He was holding practices with his team. They were the only team practicing.
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
a fact.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, man.
The only team. Wow, nobody else. Wow,
Man. Yeah, that championship was just like fluke.
it
Like,
was fluke. Yep.
And they went 6 games. That should have been a sweep. How you gonna go 6 games? They didn't. Gorgon Dragic in the Eastern Conference Finals, man, he tore my Celtics up. He
yeah.
fried Kemba Walker in there, man. I couldn't
Yeah.
believe what I was watching. You know, I couldn't
Yeah.
believe it, dogs. He tore us a new one, but he got injured for the finals. He wasn't there, and neither was Adebayo. It was just Butler and Tyler Hero, and they
Yeah.
took him 6 games.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
man.
They should have done
LeBron in NBA history, nobody has been able to manipulate teams and have so much influence. He's a very powerful guy. That's a
it.
fact.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's a very powerful guy as far as even management. You know, this guy is a kind of guy. Everybody on the team is there because he has a say so.
Mm-hmm.
So when they
Yeah.
do fail, his fans never have no criticism for that. You know,
Uh-huh.
they kept I'm not a Westbrook fan, never really been, but I hated the way they treated him on the Lakers, man.
Yeah.
They kept calling this man Westbrook. They was talking
Westbrook.
like this man ain't a first ballot Hall of Famer, man
Yeah.
who's got 4 triple doubles averaged in a season 4 times. I never thought I'd see that in my life.
Mm-hmm.
I never thought I'd
Yeah.
see a single person get average a triple double in one season. Besides Oscar Robertson, which I'd only read about. You know what I mean?
Right.
He did it 4 times, but when he came to the Lakers, the media, they got on his ass. They made this narrative like he's a bum. You know what I mean? And that was disgusting.
And that's my thing. Like they like that's why I don't really like going online and see it like on social media and stuff like that. Seeing everybody talking about this stuff because 1 minute is like, oh, he's the greatest player ever. Next week, like you have a bad game, it's like, oh, he's some garbage, man. He don't deserve to be in the league first. Like, bro, like you just said, like this man just averaged a triple double four times in a row. Like, come on now, like,
Right.
who else is doing that? Like,
Yeah.
but that is an amazing feat.
Nobody's ever done that after.
Exactly. Like, bro, he's still like, and not only that, he's like a player's player because when you hear all the other players talk about it, they all say he's one of the best teammates they ever had. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, how is
Even
it this man's fault for them lose
yeah.
like that?
Well, LeBron Westbrook is a point guard. I've always seen him bringing up the rock.
Mm-hmm.
He's the point guard.
Right.
Now, LeBron, that's what he does. So what?
Mhm.
Westbrook got to play off the ball, stand in the corner on some Kyle Korver shit.
And
That's not how he
can't do that.
plays.
Yeah,
He's not
Exactly.
going to
Never
succeed
gonna
like
work.
that. He
Never
ain't
gonna-
even a shooter.
Exactly.
Westbrook's best part of his jump shooting game back when OKC, he used to have that joint. a little in between free throw line and the 3-point line. That
Yeah,
pull
yeah.
up, boom, hit you
Yeah,
with that pull up, and it
yeah,
was dangerous. It was
yeah,
deadly.
yeah. Russell Westbrook has to have the ball to be effective. He can't play off
Right?
the ball, you know. Because when
Nah.
I've seen some of the Clippers games that they play, when he's in the game with James Harden, I be seeing James Harden bring the ball up the court. I'm like, no, you got to let Westbrook bring the ball up the court because
Right.
you can't let him play off the ball because James Harden. If, if you're gonna have both of them on the court at the same time, you gotta let Westbrook take the ball at the court because James Harden's a better shooter. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
That's right.
You,
Yeah.
you, you
But
got to let him play off the ball until you take Russell Westbrook out of the game. Then you can let James Harden take over the point. But you just have to Russell Westbrook has to have the ball. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
To be effective to make his team because he makes the right plays most of the time. You know. So
Yeah. He turns the rock over too. Him and
Yeah.
Harden. Harden does too. But
Mhm.
but
yeah,
when
yeah,
when
he
when
does.
Westbrook was on the Lakers, Skip Bayless, Shannon Sharp, all these people come on TV talking about his turnovers, but they don't mention Harden's. He was leading the NBA in
Right.
turnovers. They
Right.
don't mention LeBron's. He was leading the Lakers in turnovers the same time when Westbrook was there. Yeah, they really tried to tarnish that man's name. They
Yeah,
did
Yeah.
him dirty over there, man.
yeah,
When
Yeah.
he came to the Clippers, he said his mental health and he just feels a lot much better.
Yeah.
I
yeah,
mean, people sending him death threats, Lakers fans. When
That's wild. Yeah.
yeah.
yo,
Yeah.
I ain't a Westbrook fan like that, but I became a sympathizer for him because nobody should have
Yeah.
to go through that. But
And
and LeBron never defended him. He never say, "Yo, people, y'all got to lay off my guy. That's my point guard. I
right.
brought him here. LeBron no won't do that for what? So y'all can point the finger at me. That's what we're
Right.
not gonna do.
Yeah, man. And then,
LeBron
like,
is not a guy. I mean, I've seen LeBron lose the NBA Finals. Who was it against? Was it against what you call it, the Warriors? When they lost that joint, he comes to the podium with a cast on his hand, talking about he's been playing with a broken hand this whole finals.
yeah,
Get the
man.
fuck out of here! I don't believe that.
Um,
LeBron paints narratives.
Yeah.
He does. We could
yeah,
do a whole show on that.
Yeah.
You know? He's a narrative. I mean, Cole said it. I mean, when they won that in-season joint, he went on his Instagram or Twitter and put up some Drake lyrics or something about he won a fifth ring or something, and
Yeah.
then he erased it. You know?
yeah. He deleted it. Yeah, and another
So
thing.
it's not even his fanboys who are painting these narratives. It's the man himself, LeBron
Yeah,
Yeah.
Ramon
yeah.
James.
And the thing about it is, I can put an asterisk on. Like I was saying, I can put an asterisk on each and every one of his championships, right? And
Yeah.
the in 2012, right, the one that he won against OKC.
Hmm.
First of all, that wasn't even a full 82 game season. That was a lockout season.
Oh yeah, it
So
was.
who's to say that you know what I'm saying if they had played an 82 game season that the Miami Heat would have still won the championship? I mean, that's just how I'm looking at it. You know, who to say that Boston wouldn't have
Yeah.
put themselves in a position to win it? So that's first and foremost. Secondly, in 2013, you know, when they played against the Spurs was up 3-2 going into that game six, right? And the
Yeah.
Spurs, they gave that game away in a lot of ways, right? You know,
Yeah.
first of all, you know, when at that point when Ray Allen hit that three, right?
Yeah.
Greg Popovich did not have Tim Duncan in the game to grab the
Yeah.
rebound
I
for
don't
him to
know
kick it
why.
out to Ray Allen. So
Why he
Ray
do
Allen
that?
would have saved his legacy. So and on top, so he hit that three to set, and they was tied, and they said that's what sent it into overtime. But the thing that opened the door for them to send it into overtime for real is Kawhi Leonard
Mr. Free
split
Throw.
both of his free throws. He split his free
Nah,
throws. He
he
made
made
one
one
of
of
his two
two.
free throws in
Yeah.
the fourth quarter. If he had made both of his free throws, then it would have been a two possession game, and the
Facts.
Spurs would have ended up winning.
Well, Ginobili
Yeah,
had also missed
yeah,
one or two.
Ginobili missed a free throw in overtime. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
exactly where I was going. That's what opened the
And
door for LeBron to make that three, and that's why the Heat won that joint. So
yeah.
if Kawhi and Ginobili had made both of their free throws, or
Yeah.
if Tim Duncan had been in the game at that point to prevent Ray Allen from hitting that three, then
Yeah.
the Spurs would have won that joint, man. They would have won that series. They would have
And
won
I'd
that joint.
encourage anybody, y'all fellas, and anybody listening to this live stream. Go watch that game. Just put the last 2 minutes of that game six, Spurs versus the Jay Ray Allen hits the three. Just go watch how LeBron is literally giving the game away. You see how many turnovers he had.
Yeah.
He was literally giving the game away. Just careless turnovers. Just the pressure was too much.
Yeah.
That finals, right? I remember talking to my man's on the phone. Word to my mother, I was talking to my man's on the phone, like, yo, I can't believe this man Tim Duncan about to get a fifth ring. There was like few seconds left. I don't know. They was already putting up them little things on the side. The game was over. I couldn't believe
Yeah.
it, man.
Mhm.
I couldn't believe it, dogs.
Yeah, that was crazy. Yeah, they
Hey
and the
man, Ginobili was also turning the ball over a lot too in that
yeah,
game six. Game seven, he balled out. He
yeah,
balled out. But
yes,
so did LeBron. I give it up to him in that game seven. He had like 37 and 14. Yo,
yeah, yeah.
the
It could have won.
Spurs, yeah. But Ginobili, I don't blame him for it. You know how he plays. Ginobili is a risk taker.
Mhm.
Ginobili is not no passive dude. He's gonna make it happen.
Right.
That's how he plays.
Mhm.
Yo. And guess what? We saw what happened in the finals the next year. I mean, they made LeBron go
Yeah.
back to Cleveland.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. They showed
Yeah.
him. They showed him how it was supposed to be.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They
They
wasn't playing
destroyed
around
them.
with him.
That was the biggest margin of victories in any NBA finals in NBA history. It's because
Yeah.
then the Spurs know, man. They blew that joint, man.
Yep.
That shit
So
blew me, man.
so I have to give him an asterisk on those two championships and so those two championships. So in the one in 2016, if it
Yeah.
wasn't for Draymond Green getting suspended, then the Warriors would have finished them at 5.
And Bogey got hurt too.
Yeah, and Andre Iguodala too.
Bogut was a big that's to me. I think it's a lot of people don't mention that. That's a nice one, Chris.
That's what
Bogut
I'm saying.
was
Yeah.
a best
Yeah,
rim protector.
yeah,
Exactly.
yeah,
That was a crucial joint.
yeah. So if it wasn't for all of those little things that
And
helped LeBron,
also, we cannot forget Harrison Barnes forgot how to play basketball for 3 straight games, y'all. Them
yeah.
fellas was laying bricks out there.
Yeah.
One
yeah.
for 10, 3 for 12. He was just,
Yeah. That's crazy.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
so I was about to say is if it wasn't for all of those little ass things that helped LeBron win all of those championships to
Hmm.
ultimately hand them to him to us, hand those championships to him by a silver platter, right? If it wasn't for
Right.
all of those little ass things, LeBron James could very easily be 0-10 in the NBA Finals, young. Very
Woo!
easily,
You're right
very
about
easily.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
He
right.
those championships was handed to him on a silver platter for sure.
Hmm.
If it wasn't for that,
Not the
he would have no
OKC one.
championships.
OKC one. They lost game one. I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They was down, and then they won 4 straight. But all those games I remember were close, very close. Like they ain't blow them out by even more than 6 points every game. They were so close like that. And
Mm.
I remember one of them went to overtime too. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
um,
I really
you
want to
know,
know
yeah,
that.
yeah, man. Yeah, he got lucky, So he's supposed to be 0-10 to me, So that's why I can't put him in the top 10. I don't know
now a
why
lot of
the
people don't
media
have
can't
him in
see
the
past
top
that.
10, and that
Yeah,
makes me feel like, damn, I know I'm not lunching. You know, because I don't look at greatness from a box score. Just go and look at your stats. The stats, because I mean the kids will go look at the stats and look at Allen Iverson, compare him to Kyrie. They'll say Iverson's some garbage and Kyrie's that dude just because of field goal percentage and these type of things. That's not true. The Kyrie Irving is not on Iverson's level.
no, he's
They
not.
played in different NBAs. Kyrie Iverson played in a treacherous NBA with defense and low scoring. Scoring
Yeah.
in the 90s, some games in the 80s.
What year
You
did Kyrie
know,
get drafted?
Like 2010 or 11 or something like that.
2000.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, look this on there for me.
But
Kyrie. When you look at his stats, Kyrie has had a seasons. He's done 50, 40, 90. Kyrie got skills, dogs. But can he take a team, be a championship contender as a go-to guy? He can't do that. He's never proven he can
Kyrie,
do that.
He can't.
Yeah,
nah.
He ain't never done that. He never made the playoffs before LeBron came.
No.
Now, is he greater skill wise than LeBron? Hell yeah, he is to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
His
Yeah.
layup
Yeah. Yeah.
package, his off the dribble pull up, all
2011.
he and post game. He has a better post game. He learned that from Kobe, Mamba
Yeah.
system. He
Yeah.
has a
Yeah.
better back to the basket game than I mean. Remember when he was on the Celtics and on Christmas when they played the Warriors? He hit the game winner on Steph Curry. Took him in the post. Shimmy, boom, hit him with the turnaround
Yeah.
jump.
Yeah.
You know,
So
Kyrie got the skills to pay
yeah.
the bills, but
So
Iverson is a killer, man.
Yeah.
yeah.
Iverson will drop the way Iverson will drop 60 on your ass. You'll never forget it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Iverson will.
So,
Was just a different animal, dogs. He's one of the
so
greatest little guys I've ever seen.
so this is what I was gonna say, right? Magic, Bird, Jordan, they all won with Kobe. They won Tim Duncan. They won the championships with one team, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I
Dirk,
would say that
Dirk.
if LeBron James had never left Cleveland, then they would have won too many. First of all, they would have won too many games to get that draft lottery pick to draft Kyrie Irving in the 2011
True.
NBA draft. So they wouldn't have been able to get him, and they wouldn't have been able to draft Andrew Wiggins either. The year that they traded for him for Kevin Love. So LeBron wouldn't have had any help at all, and even if he did get that help, it would have been even tougher for him. And he would not only would he not have won any championships, he probably wouldn't have even made it to the NBA Finals. You know what I'm saying? If he had stayed in Cleveland and you know what I'm saying and stuck it out just like everybody else did. He would never made it to the finals at all. That '07
Who LeBron?
would have been the only one. The '07 one would have been his only finals appearance probably. And that's it.
True.
So that's what I'm saying. LeBron can't really carry a team like that to a championship.
You know that championship when they played the Spurs when they beat Detroit. You remember Detroit had a chokehold on the East, but Ben Wallace didn't play in that Eastern Conference Finals.
Mm.
Or remember when
Oh,
LeBron went off in one of those games? I think he scored like 24 straight. Remember that shit?
yeah. Ben Wallace
Ben,
didn't play.
huh?
Ben Wallace didn't play in that game.
He wasn't there. He was hurt.
Oh, okay. Oh,
He
wow.
was hurt
That's
for the
why.
series.
That's why. That's why. That's
Yeah,
why. If it wasn't for that, Detroit would have probably won
he
that
was hurt
joint.
for the series.
Detroit would have probably won that joint if it wasn't for that.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I mean, even look at that NBA Finals versus the Spurs, '07, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Spurs did not never blow them out in any game. The games were kind of close, right?
Mm-hmm.
But LeBron James didn't play. He played horrible. I mean, he was shooting 30-something% in that whole finals for his field goal percentage. Now, if LeBron James played like his regular self, they probably would have won some games and not got swept. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
you
Once
know, and
game's not
that's why he can
well.
never be the
About it.
GOAT to me because I've seen him lose finals where it's solely on him. It's on you. Against Dallas,
Yeah.
my man Jason Terry averaged more points than LeBron,
Yeah.
and Jason Terry came off the bench.
Yeah. LeBron, he was the third lead scorer of his team on his team, huh?
Yeah,
Third lead
man.
scorer.
Yeah.
And
Yo,
the media they try to put out this narrative that it's everybody else's fault and it's not LeBron's fault.
it's
You
Chris
know,
Bosh's fault. Chris
yeah.
Bosh was the
So
first scapegoat.
exactly, because I don't really want too many people to be brainwashed by this shit. You know what I mean? Because it's just not cool. It's not good for the game of basketball at all. You
Now,
know?
it's not good for the game, but you know, it's the power of social media now. You know,
Yeah,
people
yeah,
create their own narratives. I
right.
mean, you could start Black Lives Matter as a thing on your Twitter, and then it could become something. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Whatever your narrative you trying to put out there, right?
yeah,
So that's the shit LeBron is helping to do by saying that's what made me the GOAT whenever he got that title, or and he has his guys like in the media, Kendrick Perkins, Malika Andrews. Um, ESPN is basically a
yeah,
fanboyism for
yeah,
LeBron.
Yeah, the Lameek
It's become
Riders.
disgusting. They cheerleaders over there, you know. They
Right.
don't want nobody to win a championship besides LeBron. He's the only one who deserves it.
Yeah,
Every
yeah,
season, he needs help. He needs help.
yeah.
How about this guy's in his 21st year, man? He ain't no damn contender no more. Yo. LeBron averaged 30 points a few years ago with 5 Hall of Famers on his team. They ain't even make the playoffs. Even Michael Jordan's Wizards won more games than
Yeah,
LeBron did with all them Hall of Famers and
yeah.
top 75 fellas.
I think the longer LeBron plays, the more he's hurting his legacy, yo.
Absolutely. I
Because
believe so
for real,
too.
man,
Absolutely. You're right.
it's looking like he's not really playing for a championship, and
Nah,
he's
he's
only
not.
playing for stats.
He was playing with his
Well,
son.
the
And
last 2
also,
years, it was obvious he was playing for the scoring title.
yeah,
That Kareem record.
Yeah.
That's what it was all about, nothing else.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and they still lost the game. So
But now
that's
he just want to play with Bronny now, which would be dope because I mean we never
Yeah.
seen somebody play with their son, hoop with their son. You know what I'm saying? Like we seen Ken Griffey and his dad, they played together in baseball.
Yeah, King Griffey.
Yeah.
Right.
And you never seen it in basketball though. Shoot, Frank Gore just retired. It could have happened with that, but he just retired.
Oh, Frank Gore's son's in the NFL or something?
Nah, his son plays for Southern Miss, so he's still in college. But it's like you know what I'm saying. I think
Okay.
he might be eligible
Frank
after
Gore
this.
just retired recently?
Frank Gore retired. I want to say earlier this year. He made it
Damn.
because he wasn't on the roster. It's just I think earlier this year they made it official.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was about to say, I ain't seen my man 21 playing years. But yeah, man, LeBron is you know, I'm fine with LeBron being a great player where we can rate him where he should be, rather than people trying to tell me.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard for people who've seen greatness and even greater players come up on big. It's hard for you to tell me LeBron is great when you've seen greatness. You know what I mean? You've seen
Right.
greater players
mhm.
who didn't. Even Allen Iverson, man, that run when he got MVP and went to the championship, dogs.
Yeah.
That was one of the best runs for a little guy ever. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, because the Lakers were supposed to sweep, but I
Yeah.
was denied. And I'm so glad because I'll never forget. I was in 8th grade when that happened, and I bet this dude named Alvaro. I bet him $5. I was like, yo, the Sixers gonna win. He was like, no, they're not. I was like, bet, watch. Sure enough,
Yeah.
damn thing. I never got my $5. Alvaro, listening. I want my
And
$5.
that year, that Lakers team is an all-time great team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
went
only
50 to
lost
1.
one game that whole playoffs.
Yeah. That was the only game they lost.
Yeah.
In the playoffs.
I'm not a Laker fan,
They swept everybody
but
in the
that
playoffs.
team was strong as hell, man.
Yeah, they
Yep.
killed
was
everything
stacked.
for real.
Yeah, the Lakers. I mean, the Sixers. They ain't had nobody.
Yeah.
And that's why guys like LeBron, KD, those guys will never compare them to great players as far as, like you said, guys who even stuck it out with, like a Hakeem Olajuwon. You can't tell me LeBron is greater than Hakeem, because I
Hell
seen
no.
Hakeem get it out the mud. I seen Hakeem. The best era of centers in NBA history to me is the 90s with Shaq,
Yeah,
David
it is.
Robinson.
Yep.
I seen
Sure.
Hakeem.
Yeah. He beat all of them, yeah. David Robinson, he had big battles with him, beat him in the Western Conference Finals. And beat Shaq, swept Shaq in the NBA Finals. Hakeem was that dude, and he even played in the finals in the 80s. That's what a lot of people overlook that shit. A lot of people forget that.
What, against the Celtics?
Yeah, against the Celtics.
Hakeem was on that team?
Yeah, 86. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So part of the Twin Towers. Yo, you there?
Oh, damn.
I think. Hold on.
There you go.
Oh, okay. Yo,
Y'all
yeah.
there?
Yeah.
My bad. I stepped out for a sec, but I'm still here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, man. But you know, Hakeem Olajuwon, man, he had to get it the hard way. So
Right,
when
right.
I see a guy get it the easy way, nah, we can't
Yeah,
compare.
you can't compare it. So yeah, you heard what I said. Hakeem went to the finals in the '80s.
Oh yeah, I even
Yeah,
forgot about that. He did
'86. Yeah, '86. Yeah, a
in
lot of people
'86.
forget about that. Yeah,
They lost to the
Ralph
Celtics.
Sampson. The Twin Towers. They was a good team. They was one of the teams
Yeah, I
that,
mean,
that was in competition with
I've
the Lakers
watched
in the West.
I've watched those games. I see Hakeem Olajuwon. Kareem had no answer for him, man.
Yeah,
And
Hakeem.
this is the second year Kareem Hakeem Olajuwon
Yeah,
in his
yep,
second season.
yep. It was.
Dude had no answer for him. And that's the joint where Ralph Sampson hit that turnaround
Mm-hmm. Yep.
in the air.
Yeah. That tip shot. Yeah, that went in there. Wow, that shit was crazy though. I ain't gonna lie. That was a crazy shot now.
Yeah.
But
LeBron went for 40 tonight.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man. Okay.
You said what?
LeBron went for 40.
LeBron tonight, yeah, they punished what you call it, the Thunder. I was watching the whole time, but it wasn't interesting. They was up by 20 most of the game.
Yeah.
I mean, they gotta win a game sometime after the motherfucking in-season tournament.
I mean,
Right. The only
It's a good win. I give it out to them on the road.
this is probably their second win after the in-season tournament, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that's a good W, especially on the road.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But if they ever meet in a playoff series, you know, sometimes young teams are talented. Like I remember talking with Cole. Was it last year?
Uh,
When it was Warriors versus Memphis Grizzlies in the
uh,
playoffs.
yeah, I picked the Warriors.
I think
Yeah, I picked the
Jackson, them, they
Warriors.
gonna get them. They hungry. Yeah, you did. Yeah, the Grizzlies. What you call it? The Grizzlies wasn't ready.
Yeah.
They wasn't ready. The Warriors had been there, done that.
Right. They just
Even though John Morant, they got the team. They had the personnel.
yeah,
You know, Jaren Jackson
they got
Jr. at the
they got
Desmond Bain. They had Dylan Brooks. They got the personnel. John Morant, a superstar to me.
yeah, he is.
Yo,
He is. Yeah, they got the talent for sure.
so
They just need to
what you
grow.
call it?
You know,
Huh?
they just need to grow some. You know,
Yeah.
that's the thing about it. That inexperience won't get you over the hump like that. You know,
Right.
against
The
experience.
experience helped them.
Huh?
The experience helped them.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So we'll see. There's a lot of good talented players out here. A lot of nice young talent. John Morant, Shea Gilchrist, Alexander. We
Yeah.
got Wembanyama and Chet Holmgren. There's some good players out here.
Yeah.
I watched the game. But damn, they got some cats here fighting. You hear them joints? Yo, shit, them joints going at it.
What?
Let me stay away from them before they see. You heard them joints?
Yeah, I heard something.
What, you outside?
It's two cats fighting.
You outdoors?
Shit, what the fuck wrong with this nigga, man? This motherfucker here chasing the cats. What's wrong with him, man? He's going in the house, dogs.
Oh, you looking outdoors? You looking out there?
I'm outside. I'm about to step in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but we got some good players. You know, Tatum and Brown, they're young players.
Yeah.
When they get their first championship, they could really have the league in a chokehold.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
And what's the dude from Indiana?
Tyrese Halliburton.
Yeah, he's nice too. I like that kid. They had a good team last year. They started off good, but they fell off.
Mm-hmm.
Halliburton was an all-star.
Yeah. I remember. That's
That's another thing too. The All-Star games. Oh my gosh, them joints these days are so trash.
Yeah, they are trash, son. They
Jesus
are trash.
Christ.
Yeah,
When I was a kid, man, I used to the All-Star game was the crown jewel, man.
because they don't be competing for real, for real. They just be shooting up
Nope.
a lot of 50-footers, 40, 50-footers, and shit,
When
and they don't
Kobe
really
was
care
around,
about
they
winning.
used to compete. When
It
Kobe
wasn't.
was around, they used to compete.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And then also, I like when they used to wear their own jerseys too. Like,
I used to love that too. I like that.
Yeah,
I like wear your own team jersey, or if you ain't gonna wear those, I like the old school Giants.
oh
yeah,
yeah. Like it
You
needed.
know, the old school Giants,
yeah,
like from
yeah,
like 80,
yeah.
88, 91. The
88, yeah,
first,
yep.
yo, them type of
Yeah,
joints.
even the Jones they bought back in 03. I fucked with them
That's
joints
what I was
too.
about to say. The
Yep.
joints Jordan was wearing. And
Yeah.
when Kevin
Jordan.
Garnett got the MVP and got that big ass trophy, looked
Yep.
like
Yep.
a high school trophy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not only is the All Star game trash, but the slam dunk contest is trash too.
Yeah,
That's
it is.
that's just what they should do is they need to just to have a competition. Let people from around the world be in the slam dunk contest. People who can actually you know what I'm saying, do better dunks. You know what I'm saying than the NBA players. People who can
True.
actually jump out of the gym. Let them bring them in and let somebody from the NBA sponsor them, like Stephen A was saying. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Bring
that's
them
a
in
good
and let
idea.
them be in the dunk contest. You know what I'm saying? People who can really put on a show.
Yeah, that'll actually make NBA players have to step up their dunk package
Yeah, it is.
because the last the white boy from Georgetown, man, he put on a show
He did. Yeah, he did.
and he wasn't even on the NBA roster.
Not even
Right.
the G Leaguer. Yeah,
That's embarrassing.
it
You let
is. It
a
is.
white kid who's not even in the NBA show y'all up.
Right. Yeah, because
You
I
know?
don't see that. I don't see that. I don't think anybody in the league is capable of putting on a really good dunk package, especially the dunks that I got in mind now. I got some
Yeah.
vicious ass dunks in mind now that I'm pretty sure that niggas, you know what I'm saying, from around the world can do.
Yeah.
Because I seen some vicious ass shit on YouTube.
I
Niggas that
seen some fellas on YouTube do some crazy stuff.
vicious, that niggas that should be in a dunk contest. They need to bring niggas in from around the world, that can do that.
True.
You know
Maybe
what I mean?
NBA might not want to take that risk, man, because they might have their players get demolished out there. I
Uh,
seen fellas doing crazy dunks in jeans. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. The NBA, they don't want no outside competition messing up
Yeah, man.
their product.
Yeah, I seen this one dude do a behind between both a 360 between both legs,
Damn.
Yeah,
360, he turned
Be,
around
be,
and put it
be,
between his legs
both
twice.
both legs, yes,
Oh my
That's
gosh.
one of the sickest dunks I ever seen in my life. I was like, damn, like, yo, that
That's
nigga
not
need to be in the
crazy.
dunk contest. He need to be in the dunk contest for sure. And he had some more vicious dunks too that I just can't
Yeah,
describe. You just gotta look at it, It's just vicious,
I bet.
Niggas like that need to be in that joint, Because we don't want to see the same old shit that we've been seeing over and over again.
Nah. Besides McClung, who put on the show, the last great guys to me was fellas like Aaron Gordon.
The one in Toronto, Aaron Gordon, Zach LaVine, that was the best dunk.
Yeah.
Yeah, in recent years, yeah.
It's a crime that Aaron Gordon ain't got a dunk trophy,
I
man.
feel like as great as Zach LaVine's dunks were that night, Eric Gordon's dunks, I had never seen those dunks at that
What
point.
was Zach LaVine's best dunk? I don't even remember. I think I remember when he jumped from the foul line or something.
He did like a windmill from the foul line.
Yeah, that's crazy.
He did like a behind the back dunk. Like he put the
Yeah.
ball behind his back with 360 or something like that. No, not 360. Just put the ball behind his back and just glided from like
From the
almost
foul
a free
line?
throw line. Yeah, almost a free throw line. Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah, well, Aaron Gordon, that joint he did off the mascot on the hoverboard was ridiculous.
bruh, the one where the mascot was spinning around and he had
Yeah.
the 360 one hand, the type of timing you need.
I know.
And then he jumped
And then he
over him.
cuffing that joint sometimes. When he catches it with one hand, he cuffing the ball.
Right, you know what I'm saying?
Like Sean Kemp, cuffing that joint.
And then he jumped over the mascot and put the ball under both legs. Like that was
Right.
Yeah, well.
That was one of the greatest dunks. When I saw it, I said, that's one of the greatest dunks I've ever seen in my life.
Right.
Yeah. And
oh, my gosh. How he ain't win that joint? Oh, D-Wade ain't give him a 50.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. He even got robbed against the joint when he was dunking against Derrick Jones Jr.
Oh,
yeah,
D-Wade,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying, was biased and gave him the win.
Damn, man. D-Wade messed that man's legacy up.
Yeah. You know, if it wasn't for that, you know what I'm saying?
He's a champion.
If it wasn't for that, we'd probably seen Aaron Gordon in at least one or two more dunk contests.
Right, and we'd be talking about him as one of the greatest slam dunk guys we've ever seen.
Right.
But he ain't got a trophy to show.
Yeah, that's fucked up, man. That's why he's rocking number 50 because he knows that all his dunks was 50s.
Oh, that's why?
Yeah, he said that he rocked it because he
feels
that all of his dunks should be 50s.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's why he's rocking that jump, man. I mean, that's a good reason to rock it. I mean, I don't blame him. I don't blame him at all. Because he should have won at least one or two dunk contests by now.
Yeah, for sure.
And he's a good player as far as his physical. He strapped up LeBron and KD to win a championship.
Right,
his defensive assignments, he had to check all-time great players. And he did the damn thing.
Yeah, he did, yeah.
Especially against LeBron and them. They swept him. Easy work.
Yeah.
You know, they beat Phoenix 4-2.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Them 4 games Phoenix lost, or you know, KD was looking bad out there.
Yeah.
And you know, Devin Booker, I hear the kids call him Elimination Game Booker. Elimination Game Booker don't show up.
I mean, Devin Booker y'all like soft anyway. So.
Against the Bucks, they could have won a championship. He could have won a championship there, man. That might have been his best opportunity ever.
Yeah, 2021, right?
But Giannis went crazy on him in that. What that series go? 6 or 7?
6, right?
Yeah, I think it went 6.
Yeah, they won 4 in a row. Wasn't they down 2-0?
Yeah.
Yeah, when LeBron, I mean when Giannis did that dunk on CP3, then he stared in the camera. Remember that joint?
Yeah.
That's when I knew that the Bucks was going
to win. And one.
Yeah, it was an and one. Yeah, that's when I knew the Bucks was going to win the championship. I was like, you know what? It's a wrap. They're going to win this.
Yeah. That one was too much.
At that point, that's when I knew it. It was a
and also, Giannis had an alley-oop on Andre Ayton.
Yeah.
Like crunch time joint.
Yeah.
Yeah, Giannis was hungry, man. He seized the opportunity. It's quite obvious in game 6, he had 50+ points and mad rebounds, and he went like 16 or 17 for 19 from free throw land. And you know he be airballing free throws sometimes. Yeah, that's the type of those are moments you never forget. You know what I mean?
Right.
Don't make Giannis the greatest, but when it keeps building his. We was talking with Cole Lizzo, man. When it's all said and done, Giannis gonna have a greater legacy than guys like Kevin Durant. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He definitely will.
I can see that.
Yeah,
he's a more dominant player, but people will say Kevin Durant's better because he can shoot. Basketball is not just about shooting, and
that's another thing. Like, because I don't really see Kevin Durant strapping Bama's either on defense. Like, they can't play defense. I'm just saying I don't see like doing what Giannis does on the defense then. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm saying, like Kevin Durant, all I see him do is just a tall ass dude who can shoot.
And the thing about it is, it's talent versus impact. Kevin Durant has a lot of talent, but he doesn't make the impact that Giannis makes on his team.
True indeed.
That's why, you know, the Bucks has been.
I mean, Kevin Durant said it himself, man.
You know what I'm saying?
He said people crazy when they say. Sorry, what'd you say?
No, it's like Giannis. His one championship is more respectable than both
of KD's, right?
Yeah.
When KD said it out of his mouth, like, or was it on Twitter? He was like, basically say, y'all crazy if you think championship wins defense. He was basically trying to tell the world that it's offense that wins championships. That's not true, man.
Right.
That's not true.
Mm.
Of course, you need to score points. You need more points to
Mhm.
win, but it might come down to one defensive play,
Right, exactly.
or even many to take. Yeah, I mean,
It
I
comes
always believe defense wins championships. Those Warrior teams, when they was winning mad trophies with KD and them, they with a high potent offense, they was also number 2 or 3 in defense in the
Exactly. They
NBA.
will top defenses. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
ain't mentioning that though.
right. Clay was a good defender.
He was that was his best stretch of defense I've ever seen him play in his life. KD was on the Warriors. Yeah, that was his best stretch of defense.
That's what
And
they told him. They said
he's
you
a great
always
player, but he
right.
just got to prove. Like Charles Barkley said, KD ain't no bus driver. He's a bus rider. You know what I mean?
That's right.
KD don't like to hear shit like that, but you did it to yourself, Mo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo,
KD's not really a leader like that. He's not
nah.
at
He
all.
said he's not. He said he's not.
He,
And
he's
when you look at your playoff runs, you fizzled out
he's
in
not the
very
type.
bad fashion.
He's not the type of guy that'll get in his players' face and just motivate his guys like that. I mean, that was
Yeah,
Draymond Green's role for real, for real.
yeah,
That's what he did. But I feel that KD, as good as he is, he should be doing that
right.
because his
All the
players
best
gonna
do.
follow him a lot more, and they'll feed off of that because
Yeah,
because they see what he's doing, and they're gonna have to, if he doesn't go out there and if he doesn't say anything to him, then it's gonna be a miscommunication most of the time,
right.
So and it's not gonna work out because you're just not gonna be on the same page. So
Yeah,
yeah,
you need
that's
that
why
leader. You
that's
need.
why leadership is important.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you
Yeah,
got yeah.
you need a leader. You need, LeBron is a better leader than
Yeah.
KD for sure. You
Mm,
know,
yeah. Yeah.
but LeBron is a guy. He needs things his way, personnel wise and all that. That's why I say he has. He's very powerful. He makes a lot of decisions for your franchise, and
Hmm.
he has those type of clauses in his contract. If he doesn't like the direction the organization's going as far as players, personnel, and all that, then he can leave. That's the kind of contract he was on the Cleveland Cavs. You
Mhm.
know, on the second run. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, man.
so when LeBron's teams don't do well and they want to blame everybody else, well, LeBron brought these guys there.
Hmm. Yeah.
And he don't play defense no more. LeBron ain't. That's why I can't consider him the GOAT. He really doesn't play defense no more.
No, he doesn't.
He doesn't. He does more flopping than playing defense.
Yeah.
And he had the nerve to fix his mouth to say he never flops. He said that last season, and you could
That's
probably
cap.
go to YouTube
Yeah,
and
that's
find a
cap.
whole collage.
That is
A
cap.
whole right. He be always flopping. But the thing is, he don't play defense. The last time he played defense for real, might have been maybe his early second stint on Cleveland, but he ain't played defense in years.
Right.
How's he better than Kobe Bryant? Kobe Bryant's defense was airtight, man. I seen them fellas, Kobe Bryant check Dwayne Wade, 94 feet, pressed his ass, Georgetown press, man. This guy, Dwayne Wade, he can't even dribble the rock.
Yeah. Yeah, 'cause I've seen too many highlights where LeBron was just standing around on defense. Like
Yeah,
I'm like thinking, like, what the hell is he doing? Why is he just standing there when everybody else is moving? Getting up on,
yep,
and he's just standing still. Just waiting for the ball to come to him, basically.
yeah.
Not doing anything, not really picking up on his assignment. So these are things. Yeah, I noticed this stuff now because
Mm-hmm.
saying that you mentioned it. Because these are things that a lot of people, the Lamit riders, will never notice.
They'll never
They'll
mention.
use stuff like that.
Right. because they just look at the box score and his career stats. You know, back when we ain't had the internet, I used to see these stats like on basketball cards.
Yeah.
You go look on basketball cards, you see their career highlights. That's all they do now. And they'll say this dude better than that dude. They never watched him play. They don't know what he do.
Right.
It's funny how people have opinions, even about players back. They say players back in the day can't compete with guys today, but they don't even know players from back in the day.
Right, yeah, that'd be killing me, man. They be like, oh, he played against a plumber. I'm like, man, come on, man.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, you gotta understand, those players who's in the league, you had to still be the best player, one of the best few hundred players in the world.
Yeah, fewer players in the NBA. Is how many teams in the NBA? 30?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, when Bill Russell and them played, there was 8 teams.
Right.
That means fewer players in the world could make it to that league. You playing against the best of the best.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you're seeing these guys like Russell seeing Chamberlain maybe 10 times in a season if they even gonna meet in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
They're not just playing each other 3-4 times in a regular season.
Right.
They might play each other 8 times.
Mm.
Yeah.
So when you're playing these guys all the time, and you know their tendencies, there's not much advantages. Like tonight, I'm playing against the Celtics. Tomorrow, I'm going to play against the Wizards.
Mm-hmm.
There's a big difference.
Mm-hmm.
And then also, like, the rules are different too. Like,
yeah,
like this era, it's like they want to keep. I guess they just want to see points.
Yeah.
They favoring offensive players and all that. Every little thing is about.
Look at all these scores tonight. Boston Clippers 145-108. Milwaukee, New York 130-111. Memphis, Atlanta 125-119. Nobody scores in the 90s no more.
Nah, it's rare.
And to me, I'm not a fan of all that offense. It waters down the NBA to me. I don't care what nobody say.
Yeah, I like a good balance between offense and defense.
Yeah.
I want to see it just one-sided,
These days, this new NBA, the top 6 scorers in the NBA average 30 points per game.
That's
when I was a kid growing up in the 90s, early 2000s, only 1 or 2 guys might average 30. Many of times, the league leader don't even average 30.
Right.
Mike used to always do it. Iverson would do it. But now, if you average 25 points per game in the NBA, you like number 16th leading scorer or 17th.
Right.
Well, back in the day, you averaged 25 a game. You like number 5 in the NBA, man. You're killing them.
Yeah.
Now you make 25 a game. You're not even going to the All-Star game.
Right.
And it's crazy because I was telling Cole this a while ago. Because you remember, like last year, a few people they scored like 70 and stuff like that.
I was just gonna say that.
It didn't impress me one bit. None of them did.
It's like that's going to happen more and more often. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know how long it's been since you know how long it's been since, like, all right, you had Kobe, you had the 80, but before that it was David Robinson who dropped the 70 or something like that.
Yeah, he had 70, but Devin Booker had 72 also when the Suns was some garbage against my Celtics.
And then
we smoked them, we smoked them. He was just the only one scoring for him.
You said the what?
We smoked the Suns. That was when Devin Booker, before Chris Paul, when they was always last in the league. And we smoked him in Boston, but he did have 70. I ain't like that, even though we beat him by plenty. Before that, it was David Robinson, and his gen was vicious because his gen really counted. He was really trying to get that scoring title in the last game of the season.
Right.
He beat out Shaq by a few decimals.
Yeah.
And he ended up averaging 29 point something, still not 30. But now, 6 motherfuckers average 30.
See what I'm saying? Like, man, was every other game is, this person dropped 50, this person dropped shit. Luka got 39 right now.
It don't impress me like it used to. Now, you know why? Because Michael Jordan used to have his 50s against the best team in the NBA. And that's on God. Michael Jordan's 50-point games ain't against the Wizards or some bottom feeders like Joel Embiid do. And a lot of guys, these new dudes do. His game, the biggest games, NBA on NBC on a Sunday afternoon, the whole country watching, he going to give you a show. Iverson would do that too. Iverson has put on big shows and against big-time teams. Yeah, I mean, the leading scorers, we looked at it with Cole, the leading field goal percentage guys in the NBA right now, they shooting at 70-something%.
Jeez.
Field goal percentage.
Yeah.
And there was that guy on the Raptors, that Podol, Jake Podol or something. 70% back in the day, man. Shaq would lead the NBA in field goal percentage at 57, 56.
Yeah.
And that was damn good.
Yeah, back in the day it was, yeah. Because of the
Now,
10-second rule, man, you know. Once they put
yeah,
it just made it easier for people to score.
right.
And they just cater to, you know, to these offensive players because that's what they want this brand of NBA to be, you know, just offense, you know. You know,
Yeah.
they don't care
The,
about the side of
the
the court.
offense is for fantasy guys. People play fantasy and stuff. Just like
Yeah.
fantasy football.
Yeah, that's what they're doing right now. You know, they're doing a lot of that. NBA is sponsoring a lot of those
Yeah.
betting
And there's
websites.
the betting, right.
Uh-huh.
So it's all catered. That's why I don't watch much football anymore. I don't watch. I know Chris, you ain't on that football time. I seen you on Twitter.
Like,
You ain't on that football time, NFL
what,
shit.
you know what's crazy is like this year and last year, I've been watching more football than I have the past like 10 years. But it's like I got, you know me, I'm a Commanders fan. I still haven't watched one of their games for real. Like I'll have it on in the background, but it's like I don't really.
Yeah, I have the TV on in the background Sunday every day, but I'm not paying attention to it like I used to.
Right. But
You know?
I do watch highlights though. I do watch highlights. I will check out the highlights. That's about
I ain't gonna lie, I don't watch no highlights, man.
Yeah.
And NFL, I'm just waiting. I watch the playoffs. You know, I'll see who try to win that Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a different game than basketball.
Exactly. Yeah.
As far as even the speed.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, they stop I mean, in between downs is longer than the play. A running back catches it in the backfield. He gets tackled. The play's probably done in 2 seconds.
Yeah.
The average play, I saw this stat and it amazed me. The average play in an NFL game is 8 seconds. That's the longest average play.
Right.
8 seconds of action. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's a different game, you know. But hey, football's football, you know. We play hoops, man. You know, we play basketball. So I love basketball more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I be watching football, you know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
you know.
I watch football, but not like I used to, man.
Yeah,
I used to watch football hard
used
body, and I used to play the Maddens, and you know, I was a football
Just,
fan, you know. Like football is a sport you have more loyalty to your team as opposed to NBA. Yeah, I like my Celtics, but I like many players in the NBA. They're not just on this, yo. Like I could wear a Celtics hat, I could wear an old school Magic hat, but NFL, I'm just wearing my Patriots shit or 49ers. You know, you're more loyal to your team. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Then basketball, I'm loyal to my team, yeah. But I could wear a jersey of another, like let's say, like I could wear a jersey of another team.
Right.
Don't just gotta be set, but you ain't gonna catch me wearing no football jerseys of no other team but my team. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
But because it's also a more team sport. Basketball is a team sport too, but it's a lot of individualism too.
And then the way that these players can be requesting trades and whatever.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
My favorite team got my favorite player, but he wants to dip out after this year and all that. It's like, damn, well, why should I be a fan?
Right.
So.
Yeah, man. So yeah, there's even football same way. They've softened up the defensive rules. You know.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
You know, you can't crack. You can't crack fellas like you used to.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it's all for points. We want to see offense so we could get fantasy points.
Exactly.
Yeah, man. But we'll see, man. I'm looking forward to the rest of this NBA season. Looking forward to Christmas. That's my pastime since I was a kid. All I do is eat, and I'm gonna watch basketball from 12 midday till I go to bed. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's all I'm gonna do on Monday. You know?
Yeah. That's
right. I don't even know who plays on Christmas. I do know Celtics Lakers is on Christmas. That's all I know.
Yeah, Lakers Celtics. Knicks Bucks.
Okay.
Nuggets Warriors. Lakers Celtics. Look up the list.
Christmas.
Yeah. I know the Suns are playing I can't remember the other two games.
My favorite Christmas matchups in the '90s was Knicks Bulls. Knicks
Yeah.
versus the Bulls, man. Those was just great
You got
games.
the Bucks versus the Knicks. That's
Okay,
noon. You
I
got
bet that's the first game, right?
yeah, that's the first game.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
second game, the second game is Warriors versus Nuggets.
Hmm.
The third game is Celtics versus Lakers.
Yeah.
The fourth game is the Sixers versus the Heat. And then the final game is the Mavericks versus the Suns.
Mavs Suns. I'm looking forward to that. Of course, Celtics, but that Heat Sixers, I like that shit. I like that one. I'm looking forward to that one.
Mm.
You know,
I want to see that Bucks Knicks that first game.
Mm.
That's
yeah,
one.
that's gonna be a good one too.
Mm.
Yeah.
But I pay a lot of attention to the Sixers.
Mhm.
I pay my two biggest rivals to me is the Sixers and the Lakers. You know what I mean? So I pay attention to the Sixers a lot. You know, we play them
Yeah.
a lot. We always play them in the playoffs.
Yeah. I like them a lot better when they got rid of James Harden, though, because I feel that was just a big weight lifted off their shoulders, and this is gonna make them better because they don't have to
Yeah,
worry
I
about the
mean,
dark
you ain't
cloud.
lose nothing if they
Yeah,
make it to the second round and don't get out. It's the same.
yeah, because James Harden, he was like a dark cloud over their head and a big distraction, and that could really take a lot away from your focus. So
Yeah,
that's what they needed.
yeah, man. We'll see what happens with Embiid, you know. But Embiid, he got to show me better than you can tell me.
Right.
Yeah, he need to get past the second round now. He need to get past,
Yeah,
make it
man.
to a
I
finals
watched
at
this
least.
guy in a game 7 versus the Atlanta Hawks. He had 9 turnovers, man. He had 9 turnovers, dog, and they lost to the Hawks. There was the Hawks went to the Eastern Conference Finals on their time. Remember that shit?
Hey, Hawks don't have anybody who's supposed to be able to stop him. Like, you're supposed to dominate that game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Come on.
Yeah.
He had 9 turnovers.
Yeah, I gotta put a lot of blame on Ben Simmons too, though. He kind of he just
Sure, that's the game. He ain't never been the same since that series, right?
he didn't even put in any type of effort.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying? As big and as skilled as he is, he just gave up, man, because we could
Yeah.
tell that he just didn't want to play.
Well, I'm glad he exposed himself because I never believed in him. And people tell me he's the next LeBron James. I don't like how. I don't see it.
Right.
Yeah.
I think he's some garbage. I don't care what nobody say.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck if he can pass the ball and rebound. He's 6'10".
Right.
I don't care if he's a 6'10" point guard. He's not Magic. He's not that dude, man. This guy can't even make free throws, man.
Right.
And that's the thing.
How you go? Doesn't even want to take a layup. He passed up a whole dunk in that series versus Atlanta. Nah, he showed me who he is, and I kept telling people he's not that dude. And these Sixers fans, they act like they forget that shit. Y'all niggas was caping for him, man. I'm not hating on the guy. I'm just telling you what I see.
Yeah. And that's the thing. The Sixers, they should have never drafted him. That's why I was saying they should have drafted Brandon Ingram instead of him.
He was number 1 too, right?
Yes.
Number 1.
Sixers had the number 1 draft pick. They put Ben Simmons.
Yeah.
They should have picked Brandon Ingram. If they picked Brandon Ingram, they'd have made it a lot further in the playoffs. At least they'd probably.
Man. He'd be a superstar in
yeah,
man.
They also had a chance to draft Jason Tatum the year that they drafted Markelle Fultz.
Yeah.
They could have drafted Jason Tatum, man. They could have had Jason Tatum, Brandon Ingram, and Joel Embiid. If they drafted all of them, they would probably still found a way to get Jimmy Butler in there. They would have had a chip by now, man.
Trust the process, man. I've watched that trust the process when they was drafting guys like Evan Turner and drafting guys like that guy. He had like a Nigerian name, Okafor. He was an Okafor guy.
Oh, Jahlil Okafor.
Yeah, these guys who were supposed to trust the process. Embiid, Simmons, Fultz. You know how many first number 1 picks they got?
They just didn't draft good.
They never even reached the Eastern Conference Finals.
They did not draft right.
Hey, Philadelphia is a tough city. and they love their sports in Philly,
Yeah.
man. I've been in Philly on a Monday night game. I wasn't at the game. I was just in the city on a Monday, and they had a Monday night football game that night against the Bears. Man, the whole city was dipped in green. Everybody was in
Yeah,
their Eagles. They love their sports.
I've been
They
to yeah,
love their
we've been to
sports.
Eagles home game before.
Huh?
Yeah, we've been to an Eagles Monday night game before.
Okay.
Yeah, back when they played the Redskins back in the '90s. Yeah,
Where'd you
that
go
shit.
to the
It
game? In
was
Philly?
exactly it was exactly how you just described it. You know, all the
Yeah.
Eagles fans was dipped in green. They was going wild. You know, because you know how the
Yeah.
Philly fans is. You know? They
They love their Sixers. They love
yeah,
their Phillies. They a
straight up
sports
blue collar,
town.
straight up blue
Yeah,
collar.
blue collar. You know, I've been out there in Philly lunchtime. These fellas who do construction with their hard hats, they outside eating their hoagies. You know, hoagies. That's like they kind of sandwiches they eat in
Yeah,
Philly in Pennsylvania. So
right,
it's
right,
a tough city,
right.
and
Just like
it's just crazy how the Sixers, the kind of players they drafting, they not built like that.
man, they missed
You
a
know what
lot
I'm
of
saying?
opportunities.
Look
They
what
missed
Ben
a lot.
Simmons and Harden did to him back to back.
They
You know what I'm
they
saying?
oh, they could have had a championship
That's
team by now.
disrespectful. They
Yeah,
disrespected the city, the fans. The fans
yeah,
ain't built like that. The fans, they deserve better. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah. Celtics fans are the same. I ain't
Nah,
gonna lie.
Celtics, they are class A organization, dogs. Not now. We always are. We Celtics players are not divas.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That
That
green
different.
leprechaun come
Yeah,
before anything. We
yeah.
got too much history.
They job blue collar too. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, no question. The
They are.
city. I lived in Boston, man. It's a sports town.
Yeah,
It's
right.
it's a
Exactly.
town where the kids grow up. They play everything. They play football in the fall. They play baseball in the spring. Wintertime, they either play in basketball or ice hockey. They really get on the ice hockey rink. Or they do both. They love their sports in Beantown. You know what I mean? And that's why these teams, especially the Celtics, we ain't got no divas. Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett, Larry Bird, man, these fellas is all about championships. We ain't got nobody coming there to be like how these other franchises, they let Kawhi Leonard get away with murder, you know? The
Hmm.
fellas plays when he wants to, and you
Yeah,
know,
that's crazy.
the organizations bow down to these players.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Even Michael Jordan ain't never had that type of power. Real talk. We seen the last dance. He ain't have that type of power to call the shots who he wants on the team.
yeah.
And he works with who he got. And I'm trying to tell you, there's nobody in NBA history. If you take Mike off them Bulls teams, they not winning no championships with them rosters.
Uh-uh.
Them teams ain't even built like today's teams.
No.
Today's teams got mad good players on one team, deep as fuck.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean, the Bulls, Kukoc was a third leading scorer, and he come off the bench.
true.
Dennis Rodman don't even look at the rim. He ain't trying to score.
Oh,
But his defense, they doing many different things, and obviously the triangle offense. But the caliber of personnel Mike was winning championships with is amazing, man.
Yeah.
Luke Longley, Judd Bushler, Randy Brown, Scottie Pippen, and Scottie Pippen. The Jordan haters, they love to say Mike couldn't win it with Scottie, and they try almost make it look like Scotty's on Mike's level. That's
right.
far from the truth.
Yeah, yeah. You know,
It's night
it's like
and
they
day.
believe every. It's like they believe everything that Scottie Pippen said. You know, in
Yeah,
that interview with Stacey King. You know.
yeah. Just for a narrative, to say LeBron is better. You know what I mean? Or Jordan ain't all that. He needed Scotty. I mean, Jordan be averaging. He's averaged all 35, 33. Scottie Pippen's gonna give you 19. That's a big difference, and that 19 is very valuable. Scotty's a great all-around player, but you can't compare the two. No, no. Scotty's a damn good player. Mike ain't winning no championships without Scotty having to step up and be a man and stop crying about migraines. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
And Scotty was a player. Look, he was a great player, man. But Michael Jordan was on a different level than all those guys on the team, and he made that shit work. He
Yeah.
made that shit
And
work.
the thing about it is, it's no shame in playing second fiddle to Michael Jordan.
Not at all.
Anybody in NBA history would have played second fiddle to Michael Jordan if they was on
Yeah,
the team. You know
Yep.
what I mean? Magic, you know what I mean? Kareem,
Yes.
Shaq, Kobe, you know,
Mm-hmm.
anybody, you know, Larry Bird, anybody, you know, would have been the second best player behind Michael Jordan if they was on his team. So that's just how you got to look at it. And Scottie Pippen
Right.
being a little selfish, and because he just
It,
went,
it's Scotty wants the same recognition as Mike, and we watch the games, and you ain't a great as Scottie Pippen is also a guy. He's not the guy who wants to rock crunch time to hit the big shots. Obviously, you got Mike there, and Scottie Pippen always kind of showed a little jealousy. Even Horace Grant, you saw that Last Dance. Horace Grant wasn't talking so nice about Mike.
Right.
When Mike retired and went to play baseball, the Bulls had three All Stars that year. Pippen, Horace Grant, and B.J. Armstrong. And there was a time when and those guys made the All Star game without Mike, so they probably feeling themselves like, damn, we don't need Mike. Remember
Yeah.
Pippen had a damn good season that year, but they used to complain about Mike getting all the shots and all that, and Mike, they used to complain on the low. Pippen and Horace Grant, and that was selfish of them.
yeah,
Fuck out of here, man. Y'all fellas, man. Mike had to make amends so they could start winning. Horace Grant used to get punked around a lot, by Detroit. Detroit used to get in his shit and take him out the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Horace, Horace Grant's a great player, and but those Bulls teams, especially the last three-peat, Jordan did a lot. He did a whole lot with a little. You know what I mean?
Oh, for sure.
yeah,
I mean, even Game 6, that last shot in Utah, Michael
Yeah.
Jordan wasn't playing. He ain't come there to go to a Game 7. That,
Yeah.
that Mike was gunning. Even the flu game, Michael Jordan, them fellas wasn't on some trying to get people involved. He's like, y'all gonna follow me, follow my lead.
Right. Right.
Go
Right.
get that ball off the motherfucking rim if you want to touch that rock and score because he wasn't trying to leave it in nobody's hands. Game 5, people talk about Game 6, the big shot he hit on Russell, the game winner, but they don't even talk about he had over 40 plus points, man. I'm
Yeah.
saying Michael Jordan ain't come to play. Scottie Pippen was a non-MF factor in that game.
right. He didn't even score double digits.
No, he didn't. Tony Kukoc was the second leading scorer. I think 15. Mike
Yeah,
had 40 plus.
because Pip, he had
And the
that.
score was in the 80s. The score was 80 something to 80 something.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know? But Mike, that's just goes to show, like he really carried them teams. And of course, he can't win it by himself. But that
Yeah,
particular night, man,
he
Scottie
carried
Pippen he had a bad back. We gotta give it that. I remember them games where he had that dunk and he strained his back. Remember?
yeah, I remember that.
Right.
He carried them teams, and he got the most out of his teammates. He actually made
Yeah.
them, you know,
Yeah, he did.
that-
He did.
and with the very little help that he had, and he only won all 6 of his championships with two top 75 players, and
Right. And
that's a lot.
even those games, the game
That, that,
6.
that's
Hmm?
the something that the Lamita don't even look at. They don't talk about that at all.
Right.
So go ahead, go ahead. Yeah.
I mean, even that game 6, Dennis Rodman, for most of them finals games in the last joint, 98, he was coming off the bench. Because man, Phil Jackson he needs some points too. Rebounds and defense is cool. He's strapping up Malone, but Tony Kukoc, they put him in the starters game 6. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Kukoc was another damn good player. Skill
Yeah,
wise, 6'11". He bring the rock ups like a small forward,
yeah.
point forward.
He could play. He could play like a point forward for real, for real.
Yeah, he was a
So
damn good player, lefty.
and he could shoot the rock. Yeah, he could do that, man. Yeah, I think Michael Jordan, he maximized them. He made them.
Yeah,
I'm saying, and I think it all started. You know what I'm saying when they played in the Olympic game in '92 when they played against Kukoc team,
yeah, Croatia.
Croatia. Yeah, and when Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen they just strapping them up, and I think
Yeah,
that ultimately made him a better player because Tony Kukoc needed that. He
right.
needed them to strap him up like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, because I think that maybe in the back of their minds they knew that. I think they was talking about Tony Kukoc playing for the Bulls sometime back then, because that was during the
Yeah,
Bulls'
yeah,
first 3 years, like in
he was
'92. But
yeah
they was talking about
92.
Tony Kukoc coming to the
Yeah,
Bulls at that time,
he
and I
was
think
already drafted. They had
yeah,
drafted him already.
yeah, and I
Yeah,
think that Jordan and Pip knew that he was going to end up on the team at some time, so they wanted
right.
to step him up and make him better. I think that's what they did.
Yeah,
So,
but it was mostly Scottie Pippen also mad that this dude is gonna get paid more than he is.
oh
That's
yeah,
what his beef was mostly with. He want to show Jerry Krause, this Croatian dude ain't better than me, and you trying to pay him all this money more than me. He's never even played in the NBA. So
yeah,
that was his motivation. But in hindsight, it also helped Tony Kukoc.
yeah, it
You
did.
know, it
Yeah,
did.
I think maybe Jordan was looking at it that way. Maybe not Scotty.
Yeah. Scotty for sure. It was about the contract.
Yeah, but
It was about the
Jordan wanted to
yeah,
make it better. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
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 And Kukoc came into the NBA. He was polished. He came into the NBA as a good player. Him and Dino Raja.
Right.
Raja was on the Celtics.
Yep.
They came
Yep.
to the
Yep.
NBA good. They didn't have no growing pains. They was ready for this shit.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, man.
Tony Kukoc. Didn't Tony Kukoc win Sixth Man of the Year?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
one of the best six men to me ever in life because he won 3 championships as a six man.
Right. Right.
And the third leading scorer behind Mike and Pippen.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Look, Rodman, Mike, Pippen, Longley, Ron Harper at that stage of his career, he ain't dropping 20 a game. He's not even there to score. He's there to strap up. You know
Mm-hmm.
that
Yeah.
backcourt, the small forward, point guard, and the Bulls first and foremost, they team built off of defense first and foremost. When
Mm-hmm.
you got Rodman, Jordan, Pippen, and Ron Harper, that's four great defensive players.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And then Luke Longley's he's a big dude. He's not a dude you just gonna walk over. He's 7'2". He's taller than Shaq and David Robinson and them, and
Yep.
Hakeem and Ewing. So he was a big dude. And then off the bench, you got Kukoc, Kerr. Who else used to get minutes in '98?
Uh.
Was Dickie Simpkins on
uh,
that team?
Yeah. Dickie Simpkins.
Not Scott Williams. Jason Caffey.
Yeah. Yeah. I think he was.
Yeah, I know he was on one of those
Yeah.
teams. Maybe I know not Scott Williams. He was on the first repeat. Scott
Yeah.
Williams.
Scott Williams was on the first 3 feet for sure.
Yeah,
Let's see.
and Randy Brown and these guys. Judd Bushler.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. You think LeBron can win with those type of guys? They're
Hell
not
no.
even gonna win
Nope.
30 games. They're not gonna win 30
Nope.
games.
Nope. Not at all.
They're not gonna win 30 games because LeBron gotta have two other All Stars,
Right. Right. He has to.
top 75.
Right. That's why I can't give him the respect that I give, you know what I'm saying, the all time greats. And I can't even
Now,
anywhere near them because they did things the respectable way. And, what they did, they had a bigger impact on their teams winning games.
right?
LeBron, he hasn't really made an impact at all. Joining
Right,
the team is not, and, playing with all of these all stars and Hall of Famers is not making an impact on your team. So I think
right.
Ray Allen basically saved them. You know what I mean?
I did. He
He
definitely saved them.
saved him in that game. Because if it was not for that,
And if you
he,
ask Ray Allen, when they asked him who's a greater player, LeBron or Jordan, he said easily, no question, Mike is.
yeah,
Yeah, he played against both of them. I mean, he knows what time it is.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Because people wouldn't be talking about LeBron in the same light if he had one or two less championships. I know that, but
Yeah,
he
man.
still shouldn't be talking because people they give him too much credit for him. Just because he got four. But
Right.
they don't take into account how he won those four, and they
Mm-hmm.
look into the details and dive deep into it enough. They
Yeah,
just because they just look at the end result and they just go off of that. And you can't do that.
yeah.
You got to look at the details compared to everybody else's. know?
Especially when you see guys really get championships the hard way.
Right.
You know, like a
Yeah,
championship is not just based on skills. Also, like Clyde Drexler says, a lot of luck has to be involved.
yeah.
You know,
Uh-huh.
a lot of luck and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Sometimes, it's a game. It's a game where got to consider a lot of things. And LeBron James, his championships, they don't mean as much as other players. Like if you've watched Hakeem Olajuwon come win a championship from the sixth seed, and you beating all time greats like Karl Malone, David Robinson, and Charles
Well,
Barkley
yep.
to get that ring. Then in the final stage, you get to play Penny and Shaq, and you sweep them.
Mm,
I mean, you LeBron, you got to show me something. You got,
exactly.
he came back from 3-1,
Yeah.
which was impressive, but there's some variables in there. No Bogut, who's their rim protector.
Right.
That's now going to leave a big lane for LeBron because that's the best part of LeBron's game is
Mm,
putting his shoulder down and going to the basket from the right side of the basket, finish with his right hand.
yeah.
That's what he does. That's his like basically how he scored most of the all them points. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
No Draymond Green. You
No
know.
Draymond Green.
You
He
know.
was their best defender, and them times used to be like a defensive player of the year. And that was the best peak of Draymond's career as far as how good he was. 14 points per game. He was an all-star, legitimate all-star.
Yeah, and they're saying that if they had won that championship, he would have probably won the Finals MVP. That's what people were saying. I
I
don't know.
mean, game seven, he was their best player. He had 30
Yeah,
plus points.
yeah, that's
He was their best player.
that's true. Yeah, forgot about that. Yeah, man. 'Cause, he
Right.
LeBron had a lot like Kyrie Irving. He's another. He bailed out LeBron James too with that clutch shot that
He
he hit.
hit the biggest shot in Cleveland Cavs history.
Yeah, so him and Ray Allen saved LeBron for real, for
They don't talk about it.
real.
They're going to talk about LeBron's block on Iguodala, but they don't talk about who scored the last 5 points for the Cavs
Right,
to win that chip. It was Kyrie. The
Kyrie.
first
He could.
one was the two. He took Steph Curry one-on-one off the dribble, pulled up on him on the baseline, jade his ass. And
Yeah,
then this next three was the three-point shot.
yeah. And Kyrie, he could have won the Finals MVP because he was averaging like 27 in that series.
Yeah. I mean, Anthony Davis should have won the finals MVP in the bubble.
Yeah, yeah. He should have. He should have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not on LeBron's watch. They're not going to do that.
No.
Oh yeah, I heard y'all say on some real talk when they came back when they beat the Warriors.
Uh,
Kyrie, I think Kyrie should have won Finals MVP.
yeah.
Yeah.
I believe that.
He hit the biggest shot in Cleveland history,
He hit the
man.
biggest shot, and then people were saying no, but I'm like, all right, when you look
What
at it,
they mean, nah? What they mean?
because all right, the year before, right, he got hurt, and then
Yeah, he broke his
Warriors won.
kneecap
Okay,
in
so
game
then
one, and
right,
game one went to overtime.
exactly. So then when the next year when they win it, LeBron's pretty much averaging the same. He got the same numbers he did the previous year, but they
Mm-hmm.
win. The only difference is Kyrie's playing now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
He's more valuable in that series. You know what I'm saying? And then
yeah,
like
man.
that big shot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like he definitely should have won the Finals MVP.
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought he should have too. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
because he scored the last 5 points for the Cavs, man, and
Yeah.
all of them was clutch shots, one-on-one with Steph Curry. It's either make or miss, and he made a two and a three on them.
Mm-hmm.
I think he was averaging just as many points as LeBron for real. For real.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So, because I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't understand it, man. I mean, in their way of thinking, maybe they didn't give it to him because he's young. I mean, I don't understand it. It's stupid, but that's how the voters look at it. They're gonna give it who they feel is the best player. When Kyrie showed that he was the best player at that moment, and he matter of fact he was the best player in most of the series.
mm-hmm.
He played better than LeBron like most of that series. So that's another reason I'd have to give it to him.
Yeah, but they're gonna give it to LeBron, man, because LeBron's the face of the NBA.
Yeah, the supposed face. Yeah.
Right. They in his 21st year in the NBA. they still prop him up as the league's face of the league when there's other players. I mean, Steph Curry is a great player, man. He's
Mhm.
had a great career. There's a lot of the Joker. Why they don't promote the Joker? They don't
Yeah,
talk about Denver Nuggets.
yeah,
Denver
yeah,
Nuggets swept the Lakers.
Yeah, they not
Easy
of
work.
the Euros.
yeah.
Yeah, man. They don't talk about the Boston Celtics really, and that's fine. I don't care for them to talk about the Celtics like that. I just want a championship.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? But we'll see, man. I think the Eastern Conference Finals will be the Celtics and Bucks. I'd put money on it. I need to go probably go find a betting parlor and put money on Eastern Conference Finals is going to be Celtics Bucks. That's what I see.
Yeah. From I got the Celtics winning that one. Because they got Jason Tatum, Jalen Brown, Porzingis, and Drew.
Yeah,
That's enough to beat
they
Damian.
have to devise a vicious game plan
Yeah,
for Giannis, right?
yeah,
Giannis is the type of guy. If you press up on Giannis, man, them fellas is gonna bully ball you all the way to the rim. You gotta make him shoot that J, man. And if he makes it, you live with that. But that's your best bet. Yeah, I mean, but Lillard and Drew Holiday is the most crucial matchup. That's the biggest matchup, and possibly the whoever gets the best of whomever gonna win that series.
pretty
Drew
much.
Holiday, very good defender,
yeah,
great
yeah, yeah.
defender.
Yeah, that's why I think he makes up for Marcus Smart being gone because he's just as good as a defender as him, and he's a
Yeah,
better
he's
scorer.
a better overall player. He's a
Yeah,
champion too.
yeah, and he got a ring. So
Yeah,
Like the difference would be Chris Middleton. If he hoops, then Boston got a chance. But
and then
if he,
Milwaukee
if,
can
I
ball.
mean, Milwaukee has a chance. But if he don't hoop, it's right.
Yeah,
Middleton always hoops, but Middleton hasn't been the same since his injury 2 years
Exactly.
ago.
You know what I'm saying?
He shows flashes. He was their most clutch player when he was at healthy. It ain't Giannis. Crunch time, they go to motherfucking Middleton. He got a vicious mid range. He's hit many of game winners in the playoffs. You know what I mean? And not necessarily buzzer beaters, but the big clutch baskets. But
Right.
now they have Lillard, Mr. Clutch.
yeah,
So they're gonna be tough, man. They got a tough team, dogs. Fellas like Portis.
yeah,
Portis is a dog, man.
yeah, yeah. He underrated like shit. He really
Brook
is.
Lopez and Porzingis. It's now a battle of defense and offense. Brook Lopez, when he was on New Jersey, remember he was a very good. He was an All Star. Remember, even
Yeah.
with P Double and them, he used to go
Uh,
to the All Star game.
yeah,
But
Brook Lopez.
he
Yeah,
was a good offensive player. His defense wasn't really like that. His
uh,
brother with the bush, with the
yeah,
afro, he's a
yeah,
good defender. But the
yeah.
last 3 4 years,
Robert
Brook
Lopez.
Lopez defense is airtight. That
Yeah,
motherfucker plays defense. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
He's a better defender and a better 3-point shooter.
And a better three
So,
point
so
shooter.
he
He's
had
not averaging as many points, of
right.
course, but he's playing some of his best basketball. So that's going to be a big matchup for Zingis and Lopez.
Mhm.
Giannis and Tatum. I've seen Tatum. I've seen them beat Giannis before. So, but they ain't have Middleton. Remember, they ain't have Middleton that year. They beat him.
Because Giannis and Dame, they're gonna do their thing. It's all about, like you
Yeah,
said. I think Chris Middleton is the X factor in this joint. Because if he steps up, they're gonna have a chance against Boston if they play him. So
yeah. But Boston has five guys who can shoot the three, and they start in five, and
yeah,
five
yeah,
guys who can get you 30
yeah.
every night. Five dudes, really
That's
and
why.
truly.
That's why right now I see Boston,
Yeah.
Milwaukee.
Boston would have to win that. I'd have to favor them.
Yeah,
But Milwaukee is a championship caliber team.
they are.
I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
you know what
And
I'm saying?
you can say that because they're only like 3 years removed from the championship.
Right.
So yeah, you can still say that.
Yeah, they're a championship caliber team. I mean, last year they were number one in the whole NBA record wise.
Yeah. Yeah, they wasn't supposed to lose to the Heat in the
Not
first.
at all. Not at all.
Yeah, that's because what Giannis got hurt, right? He
Yeah,
hit his
Giannis did get hurt.
tailbone or something. Like
Yeah, yeah. So
Yep. So yeah, man, we'll see, man. But Western Conference, I don't know. I'd have to say Denver. I got to give them their respect. Denver is good.
Yeah,
I think they'll be back in the Western Conference Finals, and really and true, it might be them and the Clippers. I would hope so.
yeah. The Clippers, they've been doing. I'm surprised at how good they've been playing lately.
Yeah,
Because when they lost those first 6 games with James Harden, I thought it was a wrap for them. But they won like what
yeah,
9 in a row, so
right. But now they've lost two in a row.
Yeah.
2 in a row. Okay, okay. Well,
But yeah, I think that you
But
know
why hasn't played the last two?
oh yeah. They need Kawhi. They need all of them. They need they.
what about Paul George, Chris? What you think about Paul George? He's a great player.
It's funny because I was listening to the other one, the other
Oh, yeah,
and
because I was talking with this kid at the basketball gym, right?
yeah, you was talking
Yeah,
about George and Paul Pierce, and I was telling Colette on some real talk. If they were playing one-on-one basketball, I would go
yeah,
Paul George. But if I had to pick one to put on my team, I'm picking Paul Pierce with all my team.
yeah.
And
Why would you pick Paul George 1-on-1?
only because it's one-on-one. But the thing is because
He's taller, 6'9".
taller. However, this is the crazy thing. This is why I was like the whole team thing. Why I picked Paul Pierce on my team. Paul George has gotten cooked. You know what I'm saying in his career. Like players have roasted him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Game winners and all that. But
right. Tatum has hit a game winner on him and
you know
made
what
him
I'm
fall.
saying?
He made him
Booker.
fall. He yanked him. He fell, and then he hit that game winner on him.
You know what I'm saying? But then also, I don't remember Paul Pierce really locking Bama's up like that. So what I'm saying? So that's why I'm like, all right, you know what I'm saying?
Well, he locked up Kobe in 2008 Finals, didn't he?
Did he?
Yeah, sure enough, he did.
Oh shit! But they had Tony Allen too, did they? He was
But
helping
Tony
out.
Allen wasn't really playing mad minutes like that. And Tony Allen wasn't starting. It's Ray Allen and
Yeah,
Paul Pierce. Ray Allen's supposed to guard Kobe, but he can't guard Kobe.
you're
That's
right,
why Paul Pierce told him, "Watch out! I
right,
got Kobe for
right.
the whole series."
Mm-hmm. Because
And
like,
Paul Pierce is not a great defender. He would be amongst league leaders in steals, but ain't nobody just frying P double. Like he's not a great defender,
right,
you know.
and that's my thing. It's like, because when Paul George, when he's on, like just like anybody in the league, you know what I'm saying? They're all great players. Like if they're hot, they're hot. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
it's like, but it's just like I don't know. Like
but he
I
ain't got
swear,
no any playoff moments you remember from him.
from who? From
Paul George.
honestly,
I remember LeBron James scored a game-winning left-hand layup on his ass. That shit blew me.
that's when he
Remember
was.
when they had Lance Stevenson in them and Hibbert?
Yeah, man, and then like
LeBron went left, and he finished with the left at 0-0. And that series went 7.
yeah, in the Indiana was.
If they didn't give up that layup, they might could have beat the Heat. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because they had a legit chance to win that
Yeah,
series.
and I'm not saying he's a bum just because of that. Nah, Paul George, he's a good player, but there's a lot of good players. But these guys, Paul Pierce is top 75, even if he never had a championship.
Right.
Paul Pierce is a Hall of Famer, even if he never had a ring. You
Yeah.
know,
That's
they
what I'm
have
saying.
moments.
Paul, but like that's what I'm saying. Like I still like Paul George's game. You know what I mean? It's just he be getting cooked though. You know what I'm saying? Like bro.
Yeah.
But it's like it's not even. But also, it's not even like he don't play defense. Like I don't know what
No,
it
he's a
is.
good defender. He's a
But
good defender.
it's not like it's bad defense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just I don't know, though. Like man would just be
Mental capitulation, maybe. He just loses focus at
probably.
times.
Cause I don't get because it's not like he's lacking off and nothing like that. Like you said, he's 6'9", he got long arms.
Yeah. He's a 6'9" 2 guard.
You know what I'm
Yeah, Paul George is a good player. I think he's a Hall of Famer, you
saying?
know. But what position is he? Let's say he's small forward because that's what he really is.
Yeah. He's
It's just on the Clippers they put Kawhi as a natural small forward, so they put Paul George at the 2. But I could name probably 15 greater small forwards in NBA history than him. You know, like Carmelo Anthony, Dominique Wilkins, Kevin Durant. You know,
Carmelo, that's my favorite player. there.
Yeah, Melo's nice. Melo is nice, man. He was clutch.
Yeah.
I think Paul George's best playoff run was back in 2021 when they beat the Utah Jazz to go to the Western Conference Finals. Yeah,
Yeah,
Paul George, he was cooking in that joint for real, because
yeah, he was.
like if there's any playoff run that I can remember,
That
it's that playoff.
I gained some more, a little bit more respect for him from that series.
Who
Yeah,
you? OKC.
Paul George.
yeah, when they beat Utah,
Yeah,
yeah, because that was without Kawhi Leonard.
without Kawhi, right?
He was
I
hurt.
was very impressed.
So yeah, and people in Utah, they was Utah. People was expecting Utah to win that series because I think they was the number one seed that
They
year,
had the number one seed. They had the
and
best record in the
you know
West
they're
and
saying
probably
that
the whole
that
NBA.
year, and then they're supposed to beat the Clippers without Kawhi Leonard,
Right.
but the Clippers they outplayed them in most of those games.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so yeah,
That's
so
Paul George's best playoff run ever.
right,
And
exactly.
I give it up to him. He came back from snapping his shin in half,
Yeah.
Yeah,
He snapped his whole shin
yep,
in half.
yep.
And I could actually say he's had better seasons
Yeah, ever since that, ever since
after
he came
that.
back, yeah, it made him.
Yeah, he's been better.
Yeah, he's been better. He didn't go downhill at all.
Yeah.
Because that could very easily end your career, but when you come back strong like that, man,
Yeah.
says a lot about him. That says a lot.
Yeah, but there was a point in time in his career where he wasn't. It's even like on OKC, like people weren't fond of him. Like he had a bad stigma about him.
Mm.
Like, you remember that? Like people could. I think that's why I was impressed when he came through against the Jazz because I never thought he had that in him. You know what I mean?
It's like what they call him, playoff P or something like that.
Playoff P, and then he'd come
Yeah.
up mad short. And them
Yeah.
fellas,
Yeah.
Damian Lillard hit that 40-footer in his eye and
Yeah.
waved at him by. And instead of giving the man Lillard props, he kept talking about, man, that was a bad shot. What the fuck you talking about, bad shot? That fellas knocked y'all out the playoffs.
Exactly.
Eliminated y'all with that.
I had a feeling.
Bad shot, you couldn't do nothing with that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, man. But Paul George, I don't think he'll ever be a champion. To be honest, you know what I mean? They
Yeah.
they win those dogs. They've been on the Clippers for 5 years, man. You just don't get that opportunity just like that every year and think you got a chance.
Yeah.
They blew it, man. They done blown it. We'll see what they do this year with Harden. You know what I mean? But
Right.
I had
That's
a whole lot of hope for the Clippers when Kawhi and Paul George teamed up.
yeah.
Yo,
I still think they would have been better without James Harden, though.
me
They
too.
games right now, but we just gotta wait and see what happens in the playoffs if they still make it. But it's like if they would didn't make that James Harden trade, I think they would have had a legit chance to win a championship. But right now, I don't know because I think they're still too small. I think they traded away some good pieces, but
Yeah,
uh, I just
they
can't look.
deep though.
You
They
know,
might be small, but they super deep. They're
yeah,
very deep, man. I mean, you got Norman Powell coming off the bench. This dude will fry you every night. He's solid, man.
and maybe I just gotta wait and see what they do in the playoffs, though.
That's all we can do. That's where we judge these
Yeah.
guys, especially Harden. Harden is a guy. I only care what you're gonna do in the playoffs. And
Right.
10 times out of 10, you're gonna come up short. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Uh,
Well, this probably is James Harden's best chance to win a chip. It
Yeah, I
probably is.
hope he never wins a ring. I don't like that guy. I don't like how he quits on teams.
Yeah.
yeah. That's. I
He
don't know.
don't deserve a ring.
Yeah, he wasn't a good teammate for Joel Embiid and the Sixers at all.
Nope. And then Embiid's a man. I don't even want to say that word. We on YouTube. I ain't gonna say it. But Embiid is a clown because that game 7 when the Celtics beat him, smoked them in game 7. They had no chance. Game 7 was in Boston. You thought Philly was going to come to Boston. Boston Celtics, they rarely lose game 7s, especially in Boston. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You know, and as a matter of fact, more times than not, an elimination game is going to be a blowout, man. It's going to be a blowout. So James Harden and Embiid came up super short, but But Maxey and Tobias Harris was their best players in
Yeah.
that game 7. What did this guy Embiid do when they was talking to him post fight? This guy said, "Man, well, me and James, we need help. We can't do it by ourselves." I couldn't believe he said that. I couldn't believe he said that. When
Yeah.
he came up super short, he was 5 for 24 from the field.
See,
And Tobias and Maxey, they played well. They
yeah,
played damn good in that game 7.
yeah,
Harden had 9 points.
yeah.
Just for this man Harden to shit on the team, and he don't even want to play with him. He
Mhm.
rather not play with him. He won't go to LA. He don't want to play with the league's MVP. You
Yeah.
see, Embiid ain't got no heart, dogs. He ain't got no heart, man. Them fellas here caping for the man Jeff Harden don't even respect you like that, which
Yeah.
is dumb. Y'all need to work together and win the championship.
Right.
But them fellas bailed on the MVP. Both of y'all came up short, and you got the nerve to talk about Maxey and Tobias. Hey, as a man, we gonna have to a one-on-one talk, man. We might even have to get to fighting if you say like some shit like that about me in the media, and I played my heart out. You know what I mean?
Right.
We'll talk, man. Just like in basketball, man. We play back on the court, and fellas ain't passing the ball. I'm a bark on you,
Yeah.
even if you're my teammate.
Right. Right. Right.
I've done it before. I'll do it again. So that was real foul what Embiid said, and I ain't got no respect for him, man. I root for all African players. Since Manute Bol, I fucks with Siakam. I
Yeah.
like African players. They were especially fellas who come straight from Africa, man, and they come to the NBA. Hakeem Olajuwon, they ain't been too many.
Right.
But
Right.
Embiid is a guy I don't have respect for. He
Yeah.
don't play for the right things. Last year, he only played for the MVP. He's been crying for an MVP for
Uh
2 straight seasons. When
huh.
he finally got it, he really cried like a baby. That's all his emotions. He done drained out all his emotions. He got nothing to give you for a championship. His motive was the MVP. He got it, and and motherfucking Jokic still won the whole MVP, the NBA Finals. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why to me, Jokic is 10 times better than Embiid.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I don't care what nobody say, man. Embiid, they could talk about his blocks. His blocks ain't no Dikembe Mutombo, Hakeem Olajuwon game turning, uh, changing blocks. You know
Yeah.
why? You know how many fellas have posterized him, and,
Yeah.
and the shot blocker will get posterized, but
Yeah. Yeah.
Embiid's joints is just, and they not. Giannis gets dunked on too, but he don't give a damn
Right.
because he
Right.
gonna come back and dunk on you the next play.
Right.
That's the time. But Embiid, when he gets dunked on, you could see his confidence. It's look what remember when what's his name, Collins on the Hawks in
Uh huh.
that playoffs, man, that alley oop nuts all in Embiid's forehead. It was disgusting.
You see.
John Collins, yeah.
Yeah.
That shit was nasty. They made a whole T-shirt posters out of that joint.
And that's
I've
why
seen.
they don't like to
I've.
play post.
You said what?
That's why the B don't like to play down the block and the post.
Right.
Like, bro,
Yeah,
like,
Jalen Brown and Tatum, they facialized him. Nick Claxton probably has 10 dunks on Embiid's face.
uh,
Nick Claxton on the skinny dude on the Brooklyn Nets.
yeah.
He's posterized them numerous times.
Oh yeah, matter of fact, yeah, I remember. Yeah, yeah, he was going at him
Yeah.
last year.
One game he dunked on him like 4 times in that game.
I mean, I think you tweeted me. I think you tweeted me that too. Like, yeah, yeah, he
Yeah.
business that game.
And
Yeah.
guess what Embiid did? And he punched him in the nuts. Cause dude dunked on him like how
Yeah, I
like
remember
how
that.
like how Pippen dunked on Ewing and he
Yeah.
walked over Embiid. Embiid
Uh-huh.
punched him in the nuts. He ain't get a technical. He ain't get kicked out.
Yeah, yeah,
I
exactly.
couldn't believe that shit.
And then somebody else did something in that game that didn't deserve a tech. I
Yeah,
like James Harden or something. Yeah, but I don't know. But I guess that don't matter too much. But yeah, man. I didn't understand why they didn't tee him up for
yeah,
that.
man.
That's some Draymond Green type shit right there.
Mhm.
Nah, Embiid, man. He plays against the Wizards. He always shows up against the Wizards.
Everybody
But
was
when he played the Celtics, he's a DMP. He don't even suit up. He's not
yeah.
even in the arena. I don't respect that guy, man. I'm sorry, I don't.
Mm.
I don't, man. When they lost to the Celtics in Game 7, Oh my God, man. They tore him up on Twitter, dogs. They flamed him up, and it was well deserved.
Uh,
They talked some crazy shit about Embiid. And Embiid, yo, he's come from far too. He's a guy from Africa. He got the talent, dogs.
right.
Euro step, all that. But those things mean nothing. All that stuff means nothing if you ain't got the heart to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Really and truly, man.
You got to dominate like that. Like, yeah, I get it. Okay, you got 50 points and you hoop and all that, but it's like, man, I need to see you like on some Shaq type dominance. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And you can't do no Shaq shit when you're at the 3-point line.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
You
Like
ain't
for real,
yeah.
he should
As
be
a
no joke. He should be averaging 30 and 16, 30 and 17 easily. For real. But
yeah, well this season he's averaging like 35 right now.
35, okay.
Yeah, he's killing them. But it means nothing.
Right.
I seen James Harden score. I think he averaged like 36 one year on some Michael Jordan shit. Michael
Yeah.
Jordan 88. When Jordan lit him up for 36, got MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, just killing them.
Mm-hmm.
But what does Harden's mean? Nothing.
See, what Joe Embiid needs to do is he needs to get back down the post, draw double teams, get his team open shots, and he doesn't do that enough. Because
Nah.
when he goes out in the perimeter, they're playing a one-on-one, and there's nobody is open. Because when he does that, he lets the defense do whatever they want. Because
Right.
they know what they're gonna do. He make it predictable for the defense when he takes those threes, and
Absolutely.
that's not always gonna win you games though.
It
That's the
will never win him a playoff. It'll never take him far if that's what he's gonna do. When
right.
I see him do
Exactly.
that when he playing
Because
against my
because
team,
because when he takes those threes in the perimeter, he's not down on the low block on the block to get the rebound. There's
and
nobody
not
down
only
to
it's a
crash the
bailout
boards.
shot. You're bailing my team out. You do
Yeah.
like when he do that, I smile. I'm like, that's what I want. It's like Giannis. I want Giannis shooting them threes. Go ahead, shoot them all you want. I don't want Giannis in the post.
If he plays the right way, he can average more rebounds and he'll give his team more second shot
Yeah,
opportunities. And then they'll translate into more points. But they just don't do that. You can't do that with your center out on the perimeter. He needs to be on
nah,
the low block and help with the boards. He
exactly.
crashed a lot of offensive boards, but they just don't think that way.
And
And
when Jokic
big
he
problem.
shoots threes, and I'm
Yeah,
sure at a better clip than Embiid. But when Jokic is top of the key, he's on some Bill Walton Sabonis shit. He can
Yeah.
drop dimes. You see
Yeah.
how many alley oops Eric Gordon be catching? He be catching crazy alley oops. Don't even look like a pass.
And you see what I'm saying? Like I Jokic doing that, I like that. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
all right, you
backdoor
make that
cuts to Murray and other guys.
see what I'm saying? You go
yeah,
facilitate. And then but he's not scared to get down there on the block either. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Nah,
So,
that's where he scores most of his points. But he can
yeah.
score. He can shoot the three, and when he shoots it, hey, he
Yeah,
can play well from top of the key because he can. He breaks down the defense with his
yeah.
passing from there.
He keeps the defense guessing.
High
You
post. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and so they don't know what he's going to do, and he's not predictable, and that's one thing that you have to do. Don't keep you have to not be as predictable and keep the
Yeah.
defense guessing because they're not going to be ready, to crash a rebound or to
Mm-hmm.
guard you on top of the key. They're not going to be ready for that.
Yeah.
So that's what he has to keep doing. That's what Joel Embiid doesn't do, and that's the difference between,
Mm-hmm.
like you said.
Yeah. Yeah, man, and that's why Jokic has been, the best player in the NBA for like 2, 3 seasons in a row.
Yes, I got him number one. I got him number one for sure.
Yeah, he's number one because what he did in that finals, man. Especially that game one versus the Lakers, man. Anthony Davis had a good game, but Jokic had a man. Jokic, man, he went off on him and hit all kind of crazy shots on Davis. Davis was looking at him almost on some Clifford Robinson when Mike hit him 6 threes. Like I can't do nothing with this guy. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Yeah, Jokic, man, and AD probably had. Oh, what do you have? Was that the game? No, that was early. That was this season. No, I think AD had almost 40 in that game. If he ain't have 40. and Jokic had over 42. But Jokic got the W and obviously more rebounds and assists.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's not a great defender, but he does what he has to do. What he does is very unique, not just for his team right now. In NBA history,
Yeah,
I ain't never seen no center do what he do.
exactly.
When Sabonis came to the NBA, they say when he was in his prime, a young dude, and not the fat Sabonis we got to see. They say he was that type of dude.
Yeah.
I've seen highlights. I've seen the young Sabonis when he wear a headband and he got long hair. He don't even look like the dude on the Blazers with Rasheed and them and Scottie Pippen and
Yeah.
Steve Smith.
Young Sabonis. If he's in
Young
the NBA,
Sabonis.
he could have helped the team win.
Right. And they drafted him in 1989. He came to the NBA in like 96.
Man.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we didn't see him at his best. But
best,
he also wasn't dribbling the rock.
Right.
He has great passes, Sabonis. Even on them Blazers teams, that's one thing that he still had, the passing. But Jokic, man, them fellas does bring the ball up as a 6'11", 7-footer. He brings it up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, man. So I gotta give it up to him. What he did in that finals was entertaining. Every series he played in was entertaining. Like I can't wait to see what when he had a mismatch, like a smaller dude, not even like a point guard, just a smaller guy who's not a center, who's not Adebayo. Man, he tore him up in the post. I don't think I've ever seen a player. Every time they had a mismatch like that, he ain't waste no time. He ate him up like 95% of the time. He made the basket.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's smart IQ, basketball IQ.
Basketball IQ, right.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, man. So it's up to see. We'll see if anybody will knock off the Nuggets. They lost a lot of key players like Bruce Brown, and Jeff Green.
Yeah.
And those are two great defenders.
Yeah.
And Bruce Brown was also putting in points. He had games with 20-something off the bench in the finals against the Heat. So we'll see. We'll see if that's going to be a key piece. But one thing about the Celtics, they bench is not, to me. We got to do something for that bench because our bench is not. They're not championship caliber to me.
Yeah, because the loss of Malcolm Brogdon, you know what I'm saying, that was crucial. That was critical,
Yeah. Horford is a good 6-man, very good, but we need more than Horford. He's in his 17th year. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, to me, that's one of the main reasons we lost the NBA Finals to the Warriors, because Horford is an older guy. He can still play and contribute. He's very valuable. But starting at that stage of his career against Wiggins and Draymond, is the athleticism is off the bench. He's much better off the bench. I've heard rumors about guys like Jason, the guy I just mentioned. What's his name? John Collins on the Jazz, the high flyer. And John Collins, to me, I don't know about you, Cole, y'all fellas. He's one of the greatest dunkers I've seen in my lifetime watching NBA. John Collins has some crazy dunks. His alley-oop package is vicious. It ain't Sean Kemp's, but it is damn near close. But Sean Kemp was different.
Yeah.
But I hear the Jazz don't want him for whatever reason. And the Celtics they've been wanting Collins since he was on the Hawks. I'd love for him to come off our bench, dogs.
All right, yeah, so you better roll out.
Yeah, I'm about to get up out of here though.
Okay, all right, dogs, man. Thanks for coming through. We got our special guest.
No problem, bro. I'll get back on this show with y'all, man.
No doubt, we gonna have different topics, man. You already know.
For sure. Yeah, we didn't get to get into everything I wanted to get. Yeah. So for sure though.
No doubt, man. Thanks for coming through.
No problem, man. All right, then, y'all.
All right.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yeah, but Pritchard, Hauser, these guys are not I don't think we can win a ring with these guys as our rotation guys deep into the playoffs.
Uh,
I'm sorry, I don't think we can
uh,
because the Celtics are last in the NBA in bench scoring. We number 30.
yeah,
I mean, yeah. So we'll see, man.
yeah. So,
No doubt. But yeah, man, probably about to cut off this live stream, man.
oh yeah, man. It was
Yeah,
a
man.
good, real, a really good one.
Good one, of course, man. I can't wait to hear it back. Listen back to it.
Right, man.
Yeah, man.
Looking forward to, what I'm saying, doing more of this.
Yeah, we might come back tomorrow. If you got time, we're gonna
Yeah,
come, do our little topics we gotta get out here, you know what I mean? And
yeah.
we'll talk before we go live and the same format, same way we talked about it before.
All right, that's a bet, Yeah.
Yeah, so if
Oh,
you got time tomorrow, I don't do nothing on Sundays. That's the rest day. God said we should rest on Sundays, so I do rest.
Exactly.
Get ready for the weekday, Monday. And Monday's
Yeah.
Christmas, so it's a long holiday weekend.
Right. So yeah, I'll definitely let you know, man.
All right, Slim. Thanks for coming through, man. My man
All
Cole Lizzle, man.
right. That's a bet, man. Yeah.
All right, people. Hit the
Till next time.
thumbs up, subscribe. If y'all new to the channel, please share it. And we're gonna catch y'all on the next one.
All right, bet.
Peace.
Yeah.